Should we introduce ourselves on this show?
That's a joke I was just gonna make.
All right.
Is this where we introduce ourselves?
Yeah, I don't want to upset Ed.
It's hard to know when we have to introduce ourselves when someone isn't verbally abusing us.
Yeah, or giving us
ourselves.
A chance.
Right, or not giving us a chance about it. Yeah.
He's a fucking chatty Cathy.
Not giving us a chance and then verbally abusing us. Yeah. I don't know what to do with myself.
Ed.
But at least we got good feedback.
People are
saying it's a good show. People don't tell us that this is a good show, but people tell Ed that Sentai Sleaze Ranger is a good show. So
apparently,
if you want to listen to the good show with Ed, go back to a couple days ago when our newest episode of Sentai Sleaze Ranger dropped. Yashi Sentai Sleaze Ranger dropped Tuesday. But this isn't that show.
No, it's not.
This has people from that show being us, and it will have a question from it. A two-parter even, maybe. I don't know for sure.
Yes.
But this is We Need Wrestling. I'm DJ, and that's Brett.
Hello.
How are you, pal?
I'm good. You know, it's a holiday weekend.
It is. They excuse the fireworks you may or may not hear in the background eventually.
It's been a slow work week.
Yeah.
I ended up having a half day on Tuesday and a half day today.
Oh, that's cool.
Fuck it. This is sick. So, I'm good, man.
We were off all week, so that's been fun.
Nice.
Michelle's office is closed.
Oh, lucky. How are you, pal?
I'm good.
Good.
Chilling.
Chilling.
Doing work outside.
Nice.
A little bit of a sunburn.
Ugh, I hate the sun.
Bought some comics.
The older I get, I really don't like the sun.
Yeah.
I don't like the sun. I don't like summer.
How do you feel about Son-in-Law starring Pauly Shore?
Never saw it.
You never saw Son-in-Law?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Why would I watch a Pauly Shore movie?
Because Son-in-Law's actually good.
I don't believe
it. It is. Ask Michelle tomorrow if Son-in-Law's good. She'll tell you it is. Son-in-Law's good.
Okay.
Pauly Shore has a few good movies.
If she says it's good, then...
Well, unless it's a Spider-Man movie. But Son-in-Law's good. Carla Gugino is in it. It's good. It's a good movie.
If you say so.
So is Biodome.
Okay, Biodome's fine. I'll give you that.
Jury Duty's all right.
What's it from when he's like, I'm the whistle? What was that?
Everything.
Okay. He does that in everything?
Well, that was his real life gimmick.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Oh, he just does that in every movie?
Yeah, he definitely does
it. You just look at the camera and just go, I'm the weasel?
Yeah. Because he's
I hate him.
In Son-in-Law. Welcome to We Need Wrestling. We're going to get through this. In Son-in-Law, he's like the resident advisor when Carla Gugino leaves the farm and goes to college.
Okay.
And she doesn't want to have to talk about like not having a boyfriend or whatever when she goes back home for Thanksgiving. So she asks Pauly Shore if she'll go back with him and pretend to be her boyfriend.
Okay.
And his name is like
Son-in-Law.
No, it's like Crawl or something in it.
Crawl?
Yeah, exactly. That's how the family reacts as well.
That's very new metal.
Yeah, and then
what's up, man? I'm Crawl.
It might be Squirm. Hold on.
What's up, I'm Squirm?
But he does the weasel. It is Crawl. He does the weasel act in it, but it's a pretty funny movie. The Great Hambino from Sandlot is in it as the little brother. The evil lawyer from My Cousin Vinny is in it, and the love interest is Carla Gugino.
I mean,
she's an all-timer,
I'm
brother.
Interested.
She's in Sin City. She's topless in Sin City. She plays the lawyer that Marv goes to visit.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I mean, I haven't seen Sin City. When did that come out? 2003?
A long time ago. She was also in a bunch of the Mike Flanagan stuff, too.
Oh, okay.
But Son-in-Law's good. Biodome is good. Jury Duty's all right. In the Army now with David Allenker and Andy Dick. She didn't watch that one.
Well, you said Andy Dick, and I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm Andy Dick.
But I don't, and also Encino Man, because Pauly, that's like the breakout.
I'll give you Encino.
I don't have a problem with Pauly Shore. I think he gets a bad rap.
You know what I have a problem with?
What?
You not playing a jingle, because we're going to jump into a question because you brought something up already.
Oh, my God.
And it's a question from Tim Taylor.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Sorry.
This is
sorry
early.
For catching you off guard.
Yeah, sorry for ruining the show this early.
Wow.
And now the Tim Taylor question of the week.
All right.
What you got, Timmy?
So Tim says, boys, man was Yashi Sentai Sleaze Ranger so much fun. Ed is a delight.
Oh, thanks, Tim, for complimenting us on the show we do, too.
My question this week is related. Since Ed has lassoed you into an hour a week of talking about his passion for Japanese sleaze, what do you all feel would be a fair trade-off to make Ed do something you guys love? Doesn't have to be a show thing, just a quid pro quo situation. Can't wait for All in Texas. Love you, boys. Tim, I can't wait for All in Texas as well. You're not going to be here.
No?
Nope.
Why not?
They have prior obligations.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
It is a bummer. Because I was thinking, like, oh, the boys will be up. It's an
boys will
early
be in,
show.
right.
Not
Can
gonna-
hang out,
Yep.
do a thing. All right, well, maybe you weren't invited anyway, so it doesn't matter. Marcus, you were invited.
So what would be a fair trade-off
hold
to
on.
make Ed do?
First of all, I mean this genuinely, and it may sound like I'm taking a piss, but I'm not. It is an honor to do a fucking show with Ed. I love it. We were not roped in or tricked into anything. It is a delight. And I mean that. I'm not kissing Ed's ass because he yelled at us and made us feel real small this week.
He didn't make me feel small. Fuck you, Ed.
But
Speak for your goddamn self.
But I will speak for the fact that we genuinely enjoy doing the show.
I love
Ed. Ed rules. It's fun to do a show with him.
Yeah.
It is just he's the leader. I guess maybe Tim is like referring to more that he's the leader of that show. We just sit back and let him go.
So let the boy riff.
That's how the magic happens. But it's a privilege to do a show with Ed.
Yeah, it sure is.
But what would we like to? Ed baffles me by the amount of movies he has not seen.
Ed hates movies.
Yes.
So
That would
either
be a really
like-
good name for a podcast
Yeah,
where we make
Ed
Ed
hates-
watch street trash.
Oh my god, that would be wild. That would be fun, like a movie podcast.
Yeah,
with
where we
Ed.
just make him watch the bullshit that we watch, but mostly I watch all the time.
But like, I feel like you'd be like, Ed, would you think of it? He'd just go, that was
yeah,
all right.
that's true.
That was okay.
Yeah,
It was fine.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
Let's see. I would say make Ed listen to hardcore bands, but
Ooh,
you know,
yeah, because he always tries to push his taste of music on us.
yeah, which
Hot Mulligan.
oh,
Did
God.
you listen to that at all?
I've heard them before.
Oh, I didn't listen.
Listen, if I want to listen to that type of music, I'll just go listen to the fucking Wonder Years. They did it earlier and better.
Is that what it is?
It's
Because
not
DeWicky
good.
gave it the stamp of approval also, but
That's no.
yeah.
No. Fuck that.
Okay.
Hot mulligan.
I'm fine with that. I didn't listen. I don't know.
Wow. Ed made a playlist for you and he didn't even
I
listen.
didn't listen.
Damn. That's cold blooded.
You didn't listen either.
I've already heard them.
Yeah, so that doesn't matter.
I don't need to hear them again. I know that I don't like them.
That's true.
God
That's
damn
probably
it.
true.
Yeah, so I don't know, make Ed listen to like hardcore bands that he hates. Make Ed watch movies. Make Ed watch AEW.
A career retrospective Zack Sabre Jr. podcast.
Oh my god.
I think we'd have to strap him to the chair, Clockwork Orange style.
Oh, he would be
pin
done.
his eyes open.
He'd be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what I'd make Ed do.
Yeah.
See, I can't say make Ed watch sports because Ed sometimes watches
He's a
sports.
big baseball guy.
Yeah, well, he loves the San Francisco Giants. Loves the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
LOL.
With his new his
you
quarterback.
gotta watch Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron
That's
Rodgers, who's so thankful, he's so thankful that he didn't take the jab.
I saw
and that he was able to make it through this era of censorship that he was unfortunately pinned to. You know, the kind of censorship where you have a 3-hour standing weekly spot on a podcast with Punter Pat.
Yeah.
That's then talked about internationally. What a wild era of censorship that is.
You know, I always thought it was strange that he didn't talk to his family, and they sent him Christmas presents,
Yep.
and he sent them back.
And
And,
we
I'm
all-
like,
we all
man, that
thought-
must be real hatred there. Like maybe they fucked him over,
Right,
bad.
like just trying to gleam onto a guy that glom onto a guy who's famous now and whatever, and now you want to be a part of my life? No, that dude just sucks out loud.
Yeah.
Poor Shailene Woodley. Good that she got out of there.
Who else did he date? Olivia
Munn.
Danica Patrick.
Yep, she's nutbag too, but
Well, she is
not not that level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to do. This would be even probably the worst of it all, but me, you, and Ed doing our own version of Loveline.
Oh, that'd be terrifying. Ed doesn't do sex. Ed's not a,
I know.
Ed's not a sex guy.
I know,
Yeah.
but I want him to have to give people advice about it.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. All right. That's the new number one answer. Fuck yeah. Oh, Ed, that would rule. All right, since we're here, thank you, Ed. Second part of thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
I'm all over the place here. We have another question. that
From
wasn't-
Tim?
No, it wasn't a direct question.
Oh.
But then was said, you can just answer this on your podcast.
Oh, okay.
This is from J-Pop. He asked us in the Discord.
Okay.
I cliff noted it in my notes, but I want to pull up the actual question because I don't want to fuck up the verbiage at all. Would you all rather hear Danzig sing Morrissey's discography, including the Smiths, or Morrissey sing Danzig's discography, including the Misfits? What a fucking like! I read it and I just sat there and went, "Whoa!"
See that Morrissey had canceled the concert or whatever?
Why was it too cold?
No, he said that like
The security guards were wearing the same shade of blue.
that's a real thing that happened.
Yes, it sure did.
To us. He said that like he's not getting support from record labels and some it's woke's fault or whatever.
Jesus
and I think the reality was just the ticket sales are so impossibly low. But do you have your answer to that?
Yes and no.
Okay. So we both like Danzig way more.
Yeah, I mean, I love, obviously.
You like the Smiths more than I do. I like the Smiths a lot, and I like the first few Morrissey records.
Me too, yeah. First few
Morrissey records are
unbelievable.
just as good, if not better, than the Smiths records. But Danzig to us,
it's more of an impact.
The Misfits to Sam Hain to, at minimum, the first 5 Danzig records and Wicked Pussycat. Pussycat! It's our holy text. Like,
yeah, I mean, Danzig's definitely more directly influential.
We've been to movie premieres. We've met him. We've seen the Misfits. We've seen Danzig. We've driven through blizzards.
Saw Sam Hain set.
Right.
You know, like
we saw him in Atlantic City not that long ago.
I only saw Morrissey in Chicago when he was super fucking late.
Right, and he played the video of all the animals
and I'm like,
killed.
brother, I get it.
Right.
I understand, but like,
right.
And you're 50 minutes late. And I don't like
yes,
this.
and he made it because legit a security guard was wearing the same color shirt as him, and they had to stop all the food trucks from cooking meat or he wouldn't go on stage.
It was like
That's
an
all
hour
legitimate.
and a half before he.
It's all legitimate.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw hot dogs at him. But that being said, it is a crazy good question and it's difficult.
I know, like it's tough. Like I said before, this is one of those things where like I fucking hate AI, but I want AI to put Danzig over
I'm sure
Smith
people
song?
smarter than us could do that. But here's my thought. Because I have more of an attachment to the Danzig material.
You don't want to hear Morrissey.
No. I would rather hear Danzig do the Smiths and Morrissey stuff.
Okay.
Because if it's bad, I'm like, okay, I like these bands, but Danzig's what it is, whatever. If Morrissey does the Misfits and fucks it up, I'm going to be so mad at the world.
I mean, so here's the thing, though. Like, Morrissey never sang that fast.
No, but like, do you think it's Morrissey trying to do that, or would they Danzig and or Morrissey up the songs? Like, would Smiths and Morrissey songs sound more like Danzig songs, and then Danzig songs would sound more like Morrissey songs?
I don't think you're changing the music,
right? But
I think you're just
but the tempo
the vocal
could change.
patterns,
You know what I mean?
though.
Like, because essentially you think about cover bands, and like when people cover stuff, they do add their own flavor to it. You know, like I'm not expecting Morrissey to get on the front of the stage and be like, "Yeah, go," you know. But I think he'd try and I think he'd try to make a lot of the Misfits and Danzig stuff a little more croonerish, whereas I think Danzig would make the Morrissey stuff harder, and it may not work either way.
Yeah,
but I'd be more forgiving of a bad Danzig song than I would a bad Morrissey song.
I don't know though. I could just see Morrissey replacing Danzig's like. Yeah, with like a
whoa
thing that he does all the time. But now I kind of want to hear that.
Yeah.
What would be like the song you want to hear the most of each doing?
I want Danzig to do Panic.
Okay.
And I want Morrissey to do. I'm going to give him a softball here.
I'll say We Bite.
I'm going to give him Tired of Being Alive.
All right, yeah.
Throw him a softball because in my heart of hearts, I want to hear him give a shot at Twisted Cane. But I'm going to give him Tired of Being Alive because it's a little more his speed.
All right, I can fuck with that.
Yeah.
I would want to hear Danzig. I mean, like, how soon is now is like the kind of stock answer.
Oh,
I think.
Danzig would croon the shit
That's
out
what
of
I
that,
mean,
though.
though. He would fucking
He would
kill
probably
it.
kill that. So, yeah, dude.
Like, it'd be kind of sick.
Yeah.
But also Danzig doing hand in glove would probably make me cry. Morrissey, man, it's hard to be in why was really good. Maybe Her Black Wings.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then, like, also, like, I'd want to do him do something funny, like
Right.
like Wicked Pussycat,
Right. Or Brain Eaters.
Yeah, or like Nike a Go Go.
Queen Wasp.
Oh God, Vampire.
London Dungeon. Well, he might be in London Dungeon would be interesting.
He'd pull off London Dungeon
Yeah.
like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he probably would.
Somebody that's good with this shit, make it happen.
So I'll tell you what I don't want to hear is Anthony Kiedis singing for the Smiths.
That's bullshit.
Is it?
Yeah, that's bullshit. I'm pretty sure that's like that's never going to happen.
Okay. All right.
Why would that happen?
It was a real story, wasn't it?
Why would that be a thing?
I don't know.
He sucks.
He's
he
terrible.
always sucked.
He's one of
He
the
can't do that.
He's one of the worths. Yeah.
Like, Frank Carter singing for the Sex Pistols you can get away with,
Yeah.
but, like, get the fucking out of here.
All
I
right.
don't
So
like that.
it seems to have been a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
But it is all over the place.
That was like Buck Cherry offering to sing for Minor Threat.
Listen, I'm not saying I wouldn't buy a ticket. I'm saying how many tickets would I buy?
There you go.
Because I would go to see that.
Oh, God.
Because listen, all Minor Threat has ever been trying to tell us is that you got to fuck somebody. That's all that Minor Threat has been about.
They've been telling us you don't have to fuck somebody,
that's
actually.
Like, all right, I think I'm misunderstanding I've been mimisinterpreting Minor Threat this whole time. Minor Threat hasn't been about heroin?
Nope.
Oh, so Mr. Buck Cherry wouldn't be able to...
I don't think he'd be able to pull them off.
Interesting.
Yeah. Out of Step was not about crazy
Hold on.
bitch.
Would you rather hear Buck Cherry sing Minor Threat songs or Ian MacKaye sing Buck Cherry songs?
Is unaliving myself an option?
Ian MacKaye singing Crazy Bitch?
Oh, I can't even. My mind won't.
The words would not be able to come out of his mouth.
No.
The fuck so good, I'm on top of it, could not come out of Ian MacKaye's mouth.
Imagine Ian MacKaye saying, I dream of fucking you all night.
Yeah.
You're crazy, but God.
Ian MacKaye, yeah, you're crazy, but I like the way you fuck me.
Oh, God, no. Ew. That gives me the ick.
Right, so the answer there is that logically we'd rather hear Buck Cherry sing Minor Threat songs.
But, like, I don't want to hear that guy do I'm Seeing Red. Like,
Listen, Ian MacKaye famously said, "Words, man, we made them up."
yeah, he was the one who said that. All right. Thank you, J-Pop, for that question. I seriously pondered on that all week. That was
a derailment.
That was such a fun... Like, when he said that, I legit stopped in my tracks. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on. Sorry, I know you said you're moving on. What would Robert Smith hate more? Danzig doing Morrissey or Morrissey doing Danzig?
Morrissey doing Danzig.
Because Morrissey's
That's a
involved.
blood feud.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't give a fuck about
Team
Danzig.
Robert Smith.
Musically, I'm probably Team Morrissey.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Human being, it's not even
I'm
close.
both. I like the Smiths and I like Morrissey, but Disintegration, come on, man.
I know, but the Smiths are just...
Yeah.
They fucking hit me hard, man. I love them so much. Come on, fucking Suede Head. You kidding me?
I'm not saying they're not great. I'm just saying I'm Team Robert Smith. That was beautiful.
Come on, man. Ah, it's so good.
Robert Smith, Robert Smith.
I do love that. All right. Any wrestling news?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I have nothing. Other than fuckhead Phil,
Right.
I guess.
So do we want to talk about, do we want to bring it? We addressed it last week and then he made it worse.
I guess this is a quick,
Yeah.
whatever.
Everybody said so much.
yeah,
we're a week removed.
Last week I was like, listen, it's okay to walk away from people. It's definitely okay to walk away from people, especially that guy. What a fucking hypocrite. What a sellout. You might as well have been drinking Jack Daniels while doing all the things he did over the weekend. Yeah, he fucking sucks. I'm done. Fuck him. That's it. You no longer weigh on my mind, sir. I'm done. Finished. Finito. Listen, can I celebrate the past of Phil? Sure. No, I'm done though.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with like an old Phil if that, whatever.
It's not like he fucking Benoit somebody.
Woo.
But yeah, I'm just I'm just totally fine.
Okay.
Yep. Fuck him. Done. Done. You have anything?
So the Phil thing, like, I appreciate the level with which he blew up his entire he didn't have the bunnies anymore, but like everything about him got blown up.
Yeah.
And, shout out to Michelle because Joe is crediting her with sniffing this one out long before anybody else did. Sure as fuck seems like a plant and a setup that was conditional on him being able to be there. The stiff arm of the kid is so wild to me.
Yeah, we covered that last week.
Him just continuing to blow it all up is amazing. And also while like Sammy came out on that show in Palestinian flag colors and it, so like there's a little bit of pushback you can do somewhere apparently. But it does seem company mandated and he's company man Phil. It's PG Punk. Yep. It's company man Phil. So everybody's talked about it. We don't need to go into more detail about it, but I mean, way to like just fully explode everything. Like it is
officially just done.
It's a wild,
just absolutely done.
It's a wild meltdown because like when I saw Doug on Sunday, I didn't know Doug, friend of the show. Shout out Doug, love you, buddy.
Friend of my life.
I was like, you see the stuff about Phil? And he was like, yeah, I saw it with the kid. And I was like, no, Doug. I'm like, he apologized to Saudi Arabia. And he's like, no, he didn't. And I was like, Doug, I'm telling you.
No, he didn't.
He apologized to the entire country of Saudi Arabia and said how much he loved it and blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, he didn't. And I was like, here's the video, Doug.
Yeah.
And he was like, holy shit. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then the fucking like, and then, like, on top of it all, he does the cheesiest fucking punkonomics thing.
That promo was so fucking bad.
It sucked a butt.
Ugh.
Not in the good way. And
just tripping over his lines.
Right.
Yeah, that shit was so fucking lame.
And the thing is, like, that, like, you could tell he didn't want he doesn't want to be doing this shit, but he's beholden.
He didn't even write it.
Right.
I found out who did write it.
Oh, who did?
That Jensen Karp guy had a hand in
Sounds
it.
like a fish.
And that dude, Roan from Barstool, who was like a legit battle rapper.
Oh.
Yeah, they both had a hand in it.
But you could tell, like, Phil's passion wasn't in this thing, but he's sucking a boot, and he's got to do what he's told. He's got to be a good boy here. He doesn't have any bridges left. But like, and then to also all of this to just fucking lose. Like it's an insane situation.
I didn't watch any of it. All I saw was like the clip of him.
I heard the match was real bad.
I just saw the clip of him laying in the mat.
Yeah.
Or laying on the mat, like spread eagle at the end with the Riyadh season.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh.
And he's laying in a bed of his own making. As I like to say, it's his dirty dishwater. He's got to soak in it.
Sure does.
And it's what it is. And that's all we need to talk about. That's it.
I'm all set over here.
But there is some pro wrestling news. Jimmy Jacobs says he failed to deliver his best in AEW.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
You don't have to tell us that, Jimmy.
Yeah. Water's also wet.
Yep. The American Gladiators finished filming in London. They filmed 2 seasons of American Gladiators with The Miz and Wardlow and everybody. Not in America.
They're called American Gladiators, and they're even going to film it here.
Right. I don't know. Listen, I don't want to sound like I'm aligning myself with someone, but like we're even losing the American Gladiators in this country.
Gladiators.
Whatever. Britt Baker. Not news, but like a lot of talk and speculation.
Yeah, I don't.
And we don't deal in rumor and innuendo here. Yeah. I know that there's a lot of talk online, a lot of chatter, a lot of pictures of water bottles getting thrown out there.
Sure is.
Do you think that Britt is a beneficial hand to AEW in its current state if she was to come back.
Nope. I
Me
think
either.
she's off TV and she's forgotten about.
Right.
Time to go. The audience has passed her by.
Yes. I think her last thing on TV was when Serena Deeb came out
yeah,
and she
that was
looked
it.
in the camera and was like, nobody cares.
Yeah, and that was like, listen, like
That hurt Deeb too. Not that Deeb's great.
I was just about to say, I'm not championing Serena Deeb at all, especially her spouse.
Right, but she doesn't deserve that kind
But
of
like,
burying.
just being like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well then, if nobody cares and you don't care, then why the fuck should I care?
Exactly.
See ya. Get the fuck out of here. You add
Exactly.
nothing at this point. The wrestling in the division passed her by
Way
eons ago.
by.
I saw Mercedes did that live where somebody said, we wanted more of Britt and you. She's like, yeah, did you? Uh-huh. Like,
Yep.
get the fuck out of here.
And they're saying, oh, Britt, I've heard she wants to leave, but Tony Khan doesn't want to let her go. She doesn't want to leave. They're not even in the talks. That's all rumors, this, that, and the other thing.
Just let her go. Let her go.
So I'm in complete agreement with you. Let her go. I don't think she has a spot. I don't think she can contribute.
No, let her go.
I think there's other women that were waiting, like Sheeta coming back. I think would benefit this division. I saw today that they're interested in Isla Dawn.
Yeah, sure.
Apparently she's been around
shot. Why not?
backstage. Fred Rosser was also backstage this week.
Don't give him a
Don't
shot.
give him a shot. I mean, let him stay in New Japan. Do not listen to Rocky Romero when he tells you
and
you should
that's
sign
the
Fred
problem. Yeah,
Rosser.
don't listen to
Don't listen to
that
Rocky
fucker.
Romero. Period.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but like Isla Dawn seems good. So the next thing about Britt, really quick though, is WWE will sign her.
Yeah, 100%.
But do you think they have a genuine interest, or they just want to say we got one of the pillars?
That's part of it.
Yeah.
I don't see her making it off NXT.
No.
Just how like the reports are like, oh, they're interested in Private Party.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, who reported that? Private Party? And they're interested in Danhausen.
The Hardys probably said it in that interview.
And I'm just like, no, you're like, Private Party doesn't make it out of NXT.
No.
Danhausen doesn't make it
So
out of NXT.
that's really interesting too. I'm gonna get back to Rebecca
Like,
at the end of this.
I like Danhausen.
So
you know,
congratulations,
but, like,
Danhausen. His kid was born yesterday or today.
Cool shit.
I
Good
hope everybody's
job,
doing good. That's awesome. Confirmed sex haver.
Jesus.
It's only, you don't know. I don't have kids. You don't have kids. We have no idea. I mean, I know for you, but no, really proving it for me.
Oh boy.
But I was talking to Michelle about this, about Danhausen, and I had a really interesting thing. Like, the dude's got a really sweet deal. He's getting some indie bookings, negotiation tactics, one side or the other. If he goes to WWE, he either has to get a completely different name that they give him, or he gives them the rights to the Danhausen character.
Yeah, I think it's very strange. I just think, like, I don't know, if he goes there,
Yeah.
he'll sell merch.
Right. But
Hey, what's Rusev doing?
right. Oh, he just had a really good match with Sheamus or
Hey,
something.
what's
I heard.
Ray Phoenix doing?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and
But,
those guys are way better
Do you
wrestlers than
think
Danhausen.
Danhausen would sell that? It would give the rights to that gimmick and name to the WWE? Because that's what they would want. Listen,
They would
like,
probably want that, but like Punk never did. So I don't know. I don't know how we got away with it.
but because of the stature, Danhausen doesn't have that pull.
But even when Punk originally signed,
Yeah, I guess that's
know?
true.
Smo Joe, he didn't give his
Yeah,
name.
that's true.
I don't know. Again,
they're
I don't
not-
know what all goes into it.
Right, and that
But-
was also different eras. That was,
And that's true.
you know,
yeah.
Hunter doesn't seem to be entirely on board with that. He likes to change everybody who comes over.
because they did change Prince Devitt and
yeah,
Penta.
but I don't know that. I mean, granted, Penta and Ray, but they did that because they're trying to reach that Mexican audience.
Well, and because when the eventual Lucha Bros thing
Right.
happens, sure, but yeah,
you know, I don't know that there's as much money in whatever name they come up for Danhausen. He's not a good enough wrestler to not be a character like that.
no.
And it's like, you know, are you willing to make that money? Maybe if he's close with Phil, maybe Phil can help him keep the gimmick. I don't know.
I don't know. Phil couldn't keep Cora Jade hired, so
Right. I heard her talk the other day in an interview, and I was like, oh, this is what she sounds like? That's a shame. But that's actually a good point. Let me circle back to Britt Baker really quick before we move on. If Britt does go to WWE, and listen, I'm not putting anyone down. I think Britt Baker is a very attractive woman. She is in great shape. She's shit in the ring,
yeah.
but she's a really good looking lady. She ain't WWE's type of good looking though.
No, like she's not going to be able to say shit
Right.
and bitch
But,
on
like,
TV. Like,
I very legitimately see if she was to go to WWE, they would like be like, all right, here's your appointment for implants. Let's change that hair color.
Could, yeah.
Because they did it to Cora. Like that,
Yeah.
Cora Jade looks like a different fucking human being.
she's a completely different person.
She looks good, but she looks like a different fucking human being.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is that even I guess the problem with WWE right now, this overall thing is like, how willing are you to sell your soul to be in WWE?
Well,
like Blake Monroe did.
It's how much is this your dream?
Right.
Because I saw Phoenix had an interview the other day. He was like, I'm living my dream now.
Who said that?
Ray Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Well, Blake Monroe's dream of debuting for 200 people in an NXT house show.
Yeah, I saw she's main eventing an NXT show. It's her and Jordan Grace.
Okay.
It's two people I don't remember.
You were women's champion on national television.
Wasn't fulfilling, though.
For 6 months, 8 months?
Wasn't fulfilling.
In like the best feud of last year with one of the best women's matches they've ever had. With some of the most iconic AEW moments, and your dream is to be in a warehouse. It's insane to me, but whatever.
Yep.
Good luck, Blake.
Mm-hmm. Have fun.
That's all. There's not even any other really news worth a damn.
Right.
I don't think. Sukuban is doing a anime convention. Apparently.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
And happy Bobby Bonilla Day yesterday to everybody who
Oh,
celebrates.
fuck yeah, dude. Bobby Bonilla.
Yes.
And happy belated birthday, Mr. Hitman.
Ah.
All right.
Terry Funk's birthday on Monday.
I think Hitman's was Tuesday or Wednesday. So,
Nice.
all right, let's get into wrestling.
Yeah, let's get down into
let's
do the
do
business here.
Listen, the American wrestling. I think we only watch one company at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to like pigeonhole us and be like, oh, this, but like we're AEW fans, we watch AEW, and we're not doing WWE. It's shit product.
Yeah, it's just
And it's not only is it shit product, not that AEW isn't wildly covered anyway, but like WWE is massively covered by people they hire and people they don't, and people that pay off and people they don't.
yeah.
I don't think you need us to talk about it as a listener, but we also talk about what we watch and we like. And AEW's on a fucking heater, man, and they got a big pay-per-view coming up in 9 days. So
Yeah, so let's talk about it. Dynamite for last night. Mm-hmm. Hangman Page comes to the ring.
yeah,
Moxley, we're having this match at All In. Let's make it Texas Death. Mm-hmm. Which immediately I was like, oh, baby, let's fucking go.
Michelle was watching with me, and she's like, "What does that mean?" And I was like, well,
You should have paused the show and put on Swerve versus Hanger.
I said, well, Dory Funk Sr. once had a 4-hour Texas.
Oh, she might have had a heart attack right there.
She was like, I don't want to know
Yep,
anymore.
that was it. Yeah, don't want to know.
She was like, well, what does it mean? And I'm like, well, and I said, it's, you got to get the guy to quit. It's no rules. It's super violent and, whatever.
Yeah, Mox comes out and, dude, this is like, it's so crazy. I feel like Mox is dialed back in.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where he's just like, you don't want this. Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh, you won the Owen. You peaked.
Yeah.
A lot of hitting at the mountain too. You hit this part of the mountain.
Yeah.
You didn't hit the top of the mountain. Mm-hmm. When's Darby coming back?
He also said that people like to say they're the best in the world, but that's basic bitch shit.
He sure did.
Which was funny.
Thank you, John. And then
he looking good too, man. His arms are big. I was telling Michelle, I was like, look how handsome that man is.
When he ripped that shirt off, I was like, bro, he's getting ripped.
Michelle was really into Marina. And she was like, she looks like she can kick all their asses. I'm like, yeah, she can.
Yeah.
She's the legit one there.
Yeah. And I just I love the promo though, where it's like, you don't want this. Trust me. You can't handle this. Mm-hmm. He's like, Texas Death? Nah.
Yep.
Hangman fucking slaps someone. Mm-hmm. Moxley takes him down. They're brawling. Hangman pulls out, was it a knife or a screwdriver? I couldn't tell. And he's about to stab Moxley, which is
sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Claudio and Wheeler and Marina run in.
Yeah.
They end up bailing through the crowd. Moxley stands up, Hangman stands up. He's like, I'm still here. You didn't kill me. Mm-hmm. And he calls Claudio a bitch,
Yep.
Or he calls him a neutered bitch. Mm-hmm. Claudio starts making his way back to the ring. And dude, Samoa Joe cuts him off, just stands there. here comes Yuta and Marina. Well, here comes Shibata and Hobbs. I was like, dude, this is so good. And then,
didn't Claudio get at Hanger, or was that later?
Well, no, yeah, because they were jumping Hanger in the ring.
Oh, right, they were jumping because Michelle's like, "Who's this? Who's that? Is that Moxley again?" I'm like, "No, it's the other
they
bald."
left him laying,
I was like,
and
"It's the other
that's
bald
where
guy."
Hangman got back up.
Yeah, but I was like, "This is the other bald guy," and she was like, "What?"
Yeah. Also, Hangman's looking jacked.
Yeah,
too.
he is. Michelle's also she watched wrestling with me for the first half hour or so, so I got to talk about it. But she was like, "I'm glad Hangman has gotten rid of the Temple Grandin look."
He looks great.
So,
also, somebody pointed out on Twitter, and it got posted in our Discord, the shirt choice of Hangman.
oh, I didn't notice.
So he's wearing that shirt, and then they flash back to a promo of him versus CM Punk, and he was wearing the same shirt. Oh, really? And everybody's like,
oh boy,
might be a little subtle dig.
Huh?
Fuck yeah, Hangman. You were right. You were right. Phil was wrong. And he finally, Moxley finally, says, fuck it. We'll do Texas Death.
Yeah.
And Hangman gets out of the ring because Marina just slapping the shit out of him. And he gets out of the ring.
Right in the neck. She's hitting him right in the... Oh.
And he's just like, all right, motherfucker. You say I don't have what it takes?
Yep.
Buckshot wearing. Oh, my God,
killed her
dude.
with it, too.
That place went insane for that.
Marina is not a great in-ring worker.
No.
She's a real one, man. She's
good.
She's in a good role here.
Dude, Moxley sells it. Yuta and Claudio sell it. Holy shit, you just hit her. This is insane. Yep. Fuck yeah. This was awesome. I'm so hyped for this.
Yeah, it was really good.
They're going to be so violent, and I can't fucking wait.
It's their biggest show of the year, the biggest pay-per-view. It's the big one. They're in Texas.
Dude, got to bring the violence.
They're gonna kill each other.
I can't fucking
Can you
wait.
bleed in Texas? I guess so, if you're doing Texas Death, right?
Brother? I can't wait, dude.
It'll be a big one.
I'm so excited for it. Fuck yeah. Mercedes Moné has her match here against Mina Shirakawa.
Yeah, so Tony Storm on commentary.
No, she wasn't on commentary.
Oh, she was there to eat a steak.
Yeah,
which she never.
But
really
she was very subdued the whole time, which I was like, "What's happening here? This is kind of weird."
Yeah, nervous.
Yeah, Mercedes versus Mina. Dude, this is fucking.
It's really good.
So good.
Really good.
That kick that Mina lands on Mercedes,
amazing,
is gross.
Yep.
Yeah, that you just heard the thump.
Yeah,
these two were a lot of fun together. Mercedes wins. We're both kind of surprised they didn't pull the trigger on this, which makes me feel like Tony's gonna win at All In.
Yeah, so I like this match a ton. A couple little hiccups, but I think they recovered nicely. Mina is just insane, just crazy. I would have liked to have seen Mina here. I know we've been talking about it the last couple of weeks. With the Tony distraction and whatever, I hate the idea of a double champ.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
But is it title for title, or is it?
No, it's just for Tony's belt.
So so then maybe we're not going double champ. Maybe Tony just wins. Maybe Tony
seems strange. I mean, it would be
hands Mercedes her first loss.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
But then it's like, where does Mercedes go from there?
Right.
And then where does Tony go from there too?
Right.
It's both right. What do you do?
We've been talking about this forever because the TBS title is the secondary title technically, but it's hard with Mercedes because she's global, she's doing all that stuff a little bit more,
killing it, man.
But a double unless you're going to unify the belts, which I don't think they're looking to do, double gold is always hard, and Mercedes could win the championship and say, I don't need this other one anymore, but she's collecting belts that'll make that belt look like dog shit.
Yeah.
But then when does she lose as a double champ? Double titles, double gold is always fucking hard.
Double gold in wrestling doesn't work.
I don't know that it's ever fucking worked.
I don't love it.
Me either.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm along for the ride. With the way Mercedes has been wrestling and the way Tony has been doing everything.
Tony.
That match should be fucking crazy good. And it's a long rivalry. It's a blood feud at this point. It is hated.
You think that kicks off the show? Or do you want to have a big entrance where it's a little darker?
It's outside.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's tough because the card only has 6 matches confirmed now.
Yeah, not a ton.
No, a gauntlet starts the show because you want to space these gauntlet matches out, I think.
Okay.
I think I don't know which one, but I think you don't You don't want to put them both in the middle of the show. I think you got to do one there and then one more towards the top.
Yeah, that would make sense too.
But
like you always say, you either want to be the opener or the closer.
Right,
so,
that's true.
You know, do you want the women's world title opening, the men's world title closing?
Yeah.
I don't know. It should be. I'm just excited anyway.
I don't know, but here's the thing. I think you do the women's gauntlet before the women's title match because the winner of the gauntlet gets a title shot, right?
Yeah.
So you do the women's gauntlet before the title match so that at the end of the title match, the woman who won the gauntlet can come out and like face to face for that moment.
Okay. I don't hate that.
But I don't know. But also the idea of them. So here's the other thing. Mercedes has already done this to them multiple times. You put her on early and she fucking shows you all up. Yeah. And granted, I don't think she's going to be showing up like Mox and Hanger actually doing murders on each other. But like, she's done that to you. Tony's done that to you.
Where they set the tone. Yeah.
They set the tone, and the next 3 matches can't fucking match it. Yeah. So
plus, who knows where Omega Okada is going to be on that?
Right. I mean, we don't even have a full card yet. So
yeah. All right, let's move on.
We do
here.
if you know Collision spoilers, but kinda not a full card, but another match that I know how that's going to go.
Next thing up was the men's forward for the number 2 spot in the Casino Gauntlet. MJF, Brody King, AR Fox, and Anthony Bowens.
Yes.
Of course, MJF. You know, so it's going to be him and Mark Briscoe starting it off in this match, which is going to be fucking awesome. I thought this was a lot of fun.
Also not a bad opener, man.
That's really not a bad opener. You're right. Briscoe and MJF kicking it off.
Because you're going to get a killer match between those two. Because the way my brain is bad.
Casino Gauntlet, it's 1 by 1.
Yeah, right. It's when somebody loses, the next person comes out, right?
No.
Or is it timed where they wrestle and then
and
then it'll be a 3-way until someone's eliminated kind of thing? I don't remember how they do them.
Because
we've seen them a bunch.
They did one at All In last year in London.
Yeah.
And remember, like a guy just would come out.
Yeah,
but I think it's like whoever gets the first pinfall. That's it. It's done.
Oh right, that's right. First pinfall wins no matter who it is.
Yeah.
So eventually it builds up to be this crazy multi-man.
So like if you just have Mark and MJF fighting,
so I could make the case that it never gets to a third entrant.
So. I've thought about that too, but the false advertising, you're going to piss your audience off.
Right. And that sucks.
And I don't think you want to do that.
I like surprises. I think what's probably going to happen is Mark and Max are going to kick the hell out of each other. And then whoever the third person is going to come in, Brody King, and take advantage of how badly they've been beat each other up.
Yeah.
And neither of them are going to win it. But I don't know.
We'll see, but
because Max MJF they're the same person. Mark MJF is going to continue past this.
I hope.
I hope so too because it's been good.
Yeah,
and they made pickle T-shirts. So
this was a good match. Though
it was really good.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yes,
MJF like doing the commentary bit. Dude, when he imitated Excalibur, he's like, "Oh man, I hope we see a Tope Con hello." I don't know why it was so fucking funny. Then when he what do you call the Rickabone zone? Like.
The Jobber Zone?
Yeah, the Jobber.
Yeah, him and Taz making fun of Ian.
Yeah, that was very funny.
I just like it when wrestlers who are in wrestling matches go over to commentary unannounced and take the microphone and headphone away from the commentator. Yeah. It's just I think it adds to the show.
And I also like when Brody was whooping both Bowens and AR Fox's ass, MJF's is like, why do I want to get involved right now?
He tried to pay him off in the beginning too.
Yeah. Even MVP gets on and goes, no, let them beat each other up. Don't get involved in this right now. But of course, MJF wins.
MJF and the Hurt Syndicate is working so much better than I think anybody thought it was going to.
Good. After the match, Mark Briscoe comes out wearing that tiny kosher pickle shirt. And he says, next week, me and you, Max, we're going to have ourselves a talkie talk. And they started chanting talkie talk. And Max legit goes, are they fucking chanting talkie talk? Which was very funny.
Yeah. I like Max gives Brody a ton in this. Like, They know this dude. They got something here.
They show they made a poster image, poster limited to whatever, of the picture of Brody choking Max
did
out.
they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
Yeah, they did. They're like, limited to like 100 or whatever.
Nice.
You know?
And big shout out to Brody. Almost 28,000 donated.
Fucking homie.
To help immigrant legal fees for the Abolish ICE shirt. We both bought them.
Fuck yeah, we did.
Big shout out. That dude is showing you how to fucking do it. Like, that's how you fucking show the way, you lead the way.
Absolutely.
And you stick to your fucking values, dude.
Goddamn
Love
right
that
you do.
dude. Love those
Brody's
records.
the fucking best, man.
That dude's fucking awesome. He's going to win the fucking C2 this year.
He better. So this ends up, the Hurt Syndicate's on the outside, and Jet Speed's music hits.
Yes.
And they try jumping the Hurt Syndicate.
Yep. Covered in rib tape.
And that ain't gonna fucking ever work, bro.
No.
And they just keep getting the shit beat out of them, and like keep getting back up. And MJF at one point is like, "Stay down! Like, will you stop?"
It's killers, man.
Even like MVP's like trying to hold Shelton off. He's like, "Enough, okay, enough." But like, you want to keep poking at them, they're gonna kill you. And they made it official for All In.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Jet Speed versus the Hurt Syndicate for the tag titles.
There's a rumor.
Yeah. We'll see.
That
as
they're
TV
adding
comes.
a team.
Yeah, which I hope they don't.
Me too.
Next match. Now, like, I know they did their little vignettes through the show, but it wasn't very funny with the Bucks visiting home.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I was like, whatever.
The funnier thing is from that, like, funnier than that Young Bucks thing is when Kevin Knight says Bobby Lashley must have been taught how to fight by his mom because he hits like a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, I would not.
That's the guy you want to piss off.
I think Lashley said he's got one more actual fight left in him, too.
Dude, Lashley fucking got back in the ring, didn't even lose his sunglasses, and he's beating his ass still.
This is the best Bobby Lashley's ever
Dude,
been.
he's so fucking
He's awesome.
good.
It's incredible.
Part of me still is just like, dude, just please throw Leo Rush with him. I want Leo Rush just to be just with Bobby. Like, dude, you do the Hurt Syndicate stuff, but come on.
Yeah.
When he, dude, because that shit was money in WWE. So next match here, the Young Bucks and Konosuke Takeshita versus Bandito, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. Saw this and went, all right, this should be fucking good. Tell you what, man, this was awesome.
It ripped, yeah.
You know, we've said it over the past couple of months with the Bucks. Like, they're putting them in these multi-mans. They're not overexposed. They're not getting too cute. Like, this is where they shine.
They're still my least favorite part of these matches, but they're controlled.
Yeah, and dude, like, just the combo moves they're doing with Takeshita. Like, Takeshita's such a powerhouse, dude.
Yep.
Bandito looked great. Kyle O'Reilly looked great again.
Well, and they're really making Bandito Takeshita matter.
Well, because it's announced for Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor the day before All In.
Oh, yeah?
It's Bandito versus Takeshita for the ROH title.
How does Take not win that title?
Don't know.
I think that's kind of a lesser spot for him in AEW right now.
Yeah, I don't know what you
do.
do.
And he's going to disappear for a month.
He's leaving anyway.
So maybe he takes the L.
Either he takes the L or he wins the title and wears the title over in Japan. Yeah. You know?
Well, I mean, Bandito is certainly of a level that could beat him.
Bandito's fucking
Healthy Bandito does incredible shit. So.
Yeah. Like watching this match, and there was another match I'll talk about later that happened down in Mexico. He's back.
Sorry.
He's fully back. Like, the dude's back. He looks fucking incredible.
Yeah.
He's not hesitant. He's not knocking himself out on drop kicks to Chris Jericho. He's not getting fucking drugged down by Chris Jericho. Like, he's been so good.
Yep.
Yeah. So you want to talk about other things that have passed us, that the company's passed by? Chris Jericho.
100%.
See you. We don't fucking need you.
Don't need
Go
him.
sign your Legends deal.
Yep.
Fuck off.
Yep.
Like, it's done. Let it go.
Thank you. You legit. You're about to get yelled at. Legit. Thank you for your star power to help this thing get off the ground. You're good. See you later, pal.
Yeah, we're done here.
There ain't nothing you can contribute.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Oh, I agree 100%. This leads to Will Ospreay and Swerve jumping the Bucks after the match.
They want an answer.
Yeah, because we said, hey, we asked you last week about the EVP thing. And one of the Bucks just goes, why the hell would we do that? Which I was like, yeah, I mean, why would they do that?
Right.
You know?
Why would we give up the power we have
do that
for nothing
for
in
literally
return?
nothing?
Right.
And that's where Ospreay raises the stakes and he says, okay, if we lose, neither of us could challenge for the world title for a year. And Swerve grabs Ospreay and is like, what are you?
Cody Rhodes shot up in bed somewhere. Was like, what?
Yeah, like he just was like, what are you doing? And Will's like, trust me, we got this. Which makes me feel like they don't got this.
I mean, we have said for a long time, who's next? What do you do? Ospreay needs that belt at some point. Swerve needs to come back to it. Like we've talked about on this show a lot, where the world title picture goes. You got 6-7 dudes stacked up at the top of this card. You want to thin that out, and so people aren't asking you all the time, why isn't the belt on Ospreay yet, or why isn't Swerve have it back yet? There's a storyline reason why. You don't have to muddy the waters with that because Darby's going to come back and he's going to be a contender. Maybe not. Maybe if Hanger wins, he's not. But like,
there's a lot of things I want to save for next week that I have questions. Okay. And ways that it could go.
But it's not the worst idea having a storyline that keeps them out of the world title picture.
Well, and here's the thing. Tony Khan announced All In's coming back to Wembley next year.
Right.
If you can't challenge for 1 year.
Right.
If that 1 year is up in exactly a year in Wembley, All In, and Ospreay could challenge for the world title.
Right. So you do, they lose. Swerve is mad about it because he didn't want to be part of the stipulation. We get a good 3 months or so of them feuding with each other, tearing the fucking house down all over the country. And eventually, like, Ospreay winning the title in England, it seems like the way to fucking go.
Like, if you want to really long-term book it out,
yep.
You know, we thought Ospreay was going to win it last year. Right. All In, you know? But Hangman, it just feels very unstoppable right now.
And so if Hanger wins, Swerve can't challenge for that title. That stops people from saying, why aren't they meeting back up because of their history? But it also gives Swerve a chance to go heel again because if Mox loses, they don't have a lot of bad guys at the top that are effective like Swerve can be. It sounds weird, but I think it might open up a little bit for them if they do it this way.
Yeah, and also, I don't know. It sounds crazy. What if Mox... No, so here's the thing. Mox doesn't have to win.
Okay.
Because there's the big looming when's Darby coming back.
Right.
Mox can lose this title and Darby can still feud and try to get rid of the Death Riders.
Right.
Because a lot of people are like, no, it needs to be for the title. It doesn't have to be. You could let Hangman have his fucking shine again.
Right.
Oh man, yeah, I'm nervous at Mox.
There's a lot of shit.
I'm nervous. There's Mox is gonna win.
The reason why AEW is one of the reasons why it's so good right now is because so many different fucking things can happen.
And here's the thing, like, dude, the Death Rider stuff has gotten better.
Right.
Like it really has.
Yeah, it's picked back up.
Like it's gotten better.
Which
again.
makes it seem like it's coming to an end, but maybe it's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
I just don't know. AEW has so much going on the top of it. It's like. They're so good that they don't need to just keep hiring vaguely Samoan guys and throwing them into the
Tala Tonga,
throwing them into the storyline that has been dead.
Yeah, that's been cooked for a long time now.
So they're in a really good place, and everybody's talking about it. And like we're going to talk about it next week. Next week's the Go Home Show. I have a feeling the Curse of Tony Khan Go Home Show is going to hit where this show is better than next week is going to be. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So let's finish out this show. Yeah. So Ospreay and Swerve, they end up in a tag match against Joe Listico and the Beast Mortos.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun. Just when Ospreay does he hit the Styles Clash into Swerve hitting the what the fuck is it, the drive-by? Whatever the drive-by kick is. I don't know what the fuck he calls it.
Yeah.
Just effortless. They're so good together, man. They really are.
Doesn't call it Swerve's house? Is that not what he calls it?
No, I know he does a Swerve Stomp.
The Swerve Stomp.
I don't know what he calls the kick, though.
Yeah.
But also, goddamn, I want that Swerve San Diego Comic-Con for you. That's so nice.
That robe was supposed to come with the fucking...
And look what they did. They said, fuck it, we're just going to throw it with
Because that's the thing, like, I don't even like the gear on the San Diego as much as the one that's out in stores right now.
Yeah.
But if I knew I can get the San Diego one, I'd buy the one in the stores to put that on, put the robe on them.
Yep.
But, like, they're not going to be online. They're 1,000. They're going to be a shit ton of money.
Yeah, you're going to have to sell a lot on eBay.
Yep.
So that match is fun. Main event time, though.
Yes.
Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi.
Mm-hmm.
DJ, if I told you the 300th episode of Dynamite was going to be main evented by Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi,
Yeah.
what would you have said?
I would have an easier time believing that, like, before I knew who either of those guys were. If you were, like, if you showed up to me in a, like, Ghost of Christmas Future kind of way when I was like 12, and you were like, the 300th episode of AEW Dynamite, I would be like, oh, all right.
Okay.
But if you told me that even 2 months ago, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my house. You're insane.
Now, what if I told you that it's going to be headlined by those two, and they're going to have a really good match?
I would kick you out of everyone's house. Kazuchika Okada has more trust in 2025 Kota Ibushi than I have had in anybody my entire life.
That fucking tiger driver off the top rope.
Like, I don't know that I would let Ibushi do that to me if I was allowed to see 15 seconds into the future to know that I was okay afterwards. I would probably still be like, no, I don't believe you. And Okada's like, yeah, we'll just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like, insane. The match ruled.
Yeah.
Ibushi's leaning into drop kicks again, taking them on his full fucking face. Okada's also doing drop kicks again, jumping over people's fucking heads with them.
Yeah, dude, I love this. This made me so happy. You know, going into it, I'm very like, I don't know what we're going to get here. Yep. Crowd was super into it. Yeah. Ibushi, again, he ain't going to be what he was. I'm sorry, he's just not. But he's not anything where I'm embarrassed about.
He looked as good, if not better, than like when he was like with Noah, when he did that little Noah run.
It's easily the best singles match he's had since he blew his fucking shoulder apart against Okada in the G1 in 2020, I think it was.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking enjoyed the shit out of this. And like just sitting there and watching these two headline an American wrestling show on television, like it was just kind of cool, you know?
It was one of Okada's better matches in AEW.
Yeah, Okada looked really good
like
too,
he put it on, was like, we're doing this shit, so...
I know Marcus, we were texting, he heaped a ton of praise on Okada.
Yeah.
If he wants to talk about it on Final Wrestling Place, he certainly can, but he was very...
That's not a mandate, Tim. You can talk about whatever you want.
He was very like, wow, this guy is the man.
Yeah,
you know?
he really is. And like, we haven't got to see a ton of that, I think, because he didn't have to. But like... If he can do this on free television with Ibushi, maybe there's a little bit of lightning left in that bottle.
Yeah. Because you're going to have lightning left in that bottle against the guy who comes out and saves Ibushi at the end from getting jumped. Kenny Omega returns looking like $1 million fucking bucks, especially when he ripped the shirt off at the end. It's just to show, let's go, here I am.
It's funny to look, and again, great shape. Kenny's looks awesome. It's funny because they run the packages like the last couple of weeks and whatever for the Kenny Okada stuff, and then you look at Golden Lover stuff, and you're like, and you look at Okada who hasn't aged,
not at all.
You look at Ibushi who doesn't look his age.
No,
he's carrying less weight and stuff, but like you look at Kenny and you're like, oh yeah, you did get old. You got older, and he's also clearly a man who was very, very sick.
Yes,
he looks great, but you can see like in his face, and if he's on steroids or whatever, like you can see, and you're like, oh yeah, this is a dude that like went through some shit recently,
almost fucking died.
You know, and so like it's crazy to look at that and be like, oh man, when I watch the videos and I see like cleaner Terminator Kenny with the dark hair. And it's like, man, he was like the coolest, slickest looking motherfucker. Yep. And you look at him now and you're like, oh yeah, this is what that dude would look like when he enters his 40s.
Yeah.
But he's wrestling a guy who hasn't fucking aged.
Omega aged appropriately.
Right. He looks great. But like, it's like, oh yeah, this looks like a dude that's been wrestling since, this is a guy 10 years or more past, when they were doing their big time shit.
Yeah.
And it looks like a man that almost died. Like,
sure did, man.
So like, it's crazy to see. And I'm just like, oh yeah, there's Kenny. He looks great.
Yeah.
But like, that cleaner, the dark haired cleaner, I love that look,
dude,
man.
That's
He was
just
the best
like
looking dude in the world right there. Yeah.
Peak.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he looked cool as shit.
Yeah.
But the match this match was cool. It got me hyped.
Yeah.
I think we were all a little hesitant, let's say.
I was more worried on the Ibushi side.
Yeah. Well, I'm even saying the Ibushi, I'm saying Kenny Okada, we were like, can they get there? Will they?
I believe.
And we've talked about like anything under 4.5 stars, people are going to be like, oh, they lost it. I'm a little set on my nerve.
The add-ons homework schedule is going to be messed up now. I wonder if they're going to get the matches in before All In.
I mean, they can't.
I don't think they can.
It's 1 week away.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer. But yeah, this fucking rocked. This episode was sick.
Great show.
I'm so hyped for
one of those
pay-per-view.
I think really one of these perfect dynamites.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, like the curse of Tony Khan, we say it every time. Either the week, 2 weeks out, or the week of, like one show's really fucking good and the other show is meh. And hopefully the meh is Collision this week. Yeah. There's not going to be a Collision next week, right? They're not.
Because
they're not like putting it on Thursday
Saturday
or anything.
Not that I know of. We never know.
Yeah, who knows? But like and that's why you should do it. They should run Saturdays, cancel Collision, so that Dynamite's your go home show.
Yeah.
But if they do the Dynamite next week, even like as good as this one, like this was a really good show. Like it'll be the best go home show they've ever done.
Yeah, and I wonder
because this was a great go home show.
I wonder how much they're really going to push it next week with the in ring stuff,
right?
Because this in ring stuff this week, dude, there was like 3 out of the 5 matches where I was like, "Yo, this is like really good shit."
Yeah, right. I don't think you do much because you don't, you don't
want to risk.
You don't want to risk it. You're pumping these guys up.
You do beatdown angles or whatever, but don't go nuts.
Right. Do storyline, some matches, maybe some mixed tags again. They like doing those. I know the women's one was announced for next week, the 4-on-4 again.
They're running that back, which
hype in the gauntlet.
I guess with the same participants, same team, like switch it up.
It is weird, but I think they're probably like the men's have gotten all this attention. What do we do here? So whatever.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll throw some dynamic on there. I'm sure we'll see a men's gauntlet hype up also, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think the purpose is like, I think in the past with the gauntlet matches, it was sort of like, oh my God, who can come out next? And I think this time, since they were so like they always did wrestle for first place, but now wrestle for second place, whatever, like your second spot. I think maybe I'm reading into it, but like the strategy is like, let's make sure people know who the fucker is going to be in this match.
And that's definitely part of it.
You can go, okay, who is Julia Hart? Who's out next? Or, like who could be third? We know it could be Brody. We know it could be this guy. We know it could be Bowens. Like, and add that dynamic as opposed to who from the entire roster can come out.
Yeah.
But who's involved in little storylines in it. It's maybe a little bit of a different approach. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
good
show.
Again, great. I thought it was a fucking killer episode, and I'm so excited.
Dynamite is such a joy.
It really is, man. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's go take a trip to a couple different countries. And by a couple, I literally mean 2. I went to 2. You slagged off.
It's true. Hey, look at us. We made it.
We sure did. Well, you took a direct flight to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I made a pit stop
I met you later.
in Mexico.
Yeah.
So
you told me that you were going to Mexico.
I sure did. I said,
like,
hey, meet me here.
Yeah, and I was like,
you just said,
fuck
no.
you, is what
you
I
said.
said.
Nope, I'm just going to go to Japan.
I said,
because you don't like Mexico, apparently.
Oh, boy. That's a statement to make in 2025 July.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So I watched a match from CMLL. at Arena Mexico.
I'm a little bummed that I forgot about this. But,
Yeah, I'm bummed you did too because it was Mystico versus Bandito.
Yeah.
This fucking rocked, man.
I think you even texted the link to me, didn't you?
I sure did.
I'm a bad friend.
Well, that's on you, pal.
It is.
Yeah, this was fucking awesome.
I'll make it up to you later.
Again, Bandito is just officially fucking back. It was so good. The crowd was so
Was it
red
for the
hot.
ROH title?
No.
Oh.
No, this was just a one-off because afterward, Mystico wins.
Ooh.
And Bandito got on the mic afterwards. He's like, this has been my dream match.
No, that's nice.
He's like, I've always wanted to wrestle you in the main event in Arena Mexico.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, dude, when Mystico comes out, words get thrown around like aura, Riz, cinema,
scenes.
It's a fucking experience.
What theme song did he come out to?
He didn't come out to the one that they were singing.
He came back to
It was a different one.
The one they were singing is an older one.
Yeah.
He has a new one. Yeah.
That's like one of those like, hey, if there's a wrestling thing you can experience live, that'd be on my list. Is to see Mystico.
Yeah.
And just be in that crowd when they erupt when he comes out, at Arena Mexico.
Yeah.
So fucking cool, dude. Oh my God. It was so awesome. Match is fucking great.
How come nobody chants like Hunter fumbled or Vince fumbled or any of that shit?
Yeah, because you know what? I don't know, because they're normal people and they don't give a fuck about them.
Yes.
They're not weirdos that sit in a fucking warehouse in Florida. Like, you fucking freaks.
Yeah. Ugh. I'm going to start a new Twitter account that's DJ from NJ. And I'm just going to post bad hot takes about WWE all the time.
Fucking guy. That guy stinks. But yeah, this is fucking awesome. It was so cool. So much fun. Yeah. I've been like, and thank you, Jess, friend of the show, friend of our hearts.
No.
For pointing me in the right direction on a lot of these CMLL shows. So I've been enjoying what I've been watching. You know, do I watch whole cards? No, I don't. I just don't have time. But what I have been watching has been a ton of fun.
Nice.
So fuck yeah, this ruled. So, am I meeting you in Japan now?
I do have a question from Jess, but I think it's better suited at the very end of the show.
Okay.
So we're going to do that there.
Okay.
But I got it in here, Jess, so don't panic.
Okay.
Because your name was brought up and I didn't bring up the question. We can do it later.
So.
But yes.
I'll meet you in Japan.
Okay.
And I'm going to meet you.
Ooh.
For dear friend Hyper Masau's.
Oh, boy.
Hype 3.
Everybody strap in. I don't know what else to tell you.
So here's the thing. If you've listened to us cover the Hyper Masau produce shows before, this is not wrestling. Like
there's wrestling
in it, but it is not wrestling. I will never recommend it for anybody to watch just because it's out there.
I mean, I think we told Ed to watch it.
Ed's out there.
Yeah. It is as unconventional as you could possibly get.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, it really lands for me every time.
So it's the whole thing's in Japanese.
Yes.
Thankfully, there have been multiple sites that you can translate the rundowns for this.
I did too while I was watching it. I found the one that was written by a person in English, and the one you sent me that translated, and I read both before every section. So because the one had direct quotes, and the one just had sort of overarching plot.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, I'm going to read both so I know what they're saying. Yeah. So I would read the segment, and then I wasn't pausing it, but I would like read, and they'd be like, okay, and then like when I knew it was starting to get close, I'd read the next segment, and I'd be like, all right, and then I would know what was happening.
Yeah. So this is like half movie, half live performance.
This is the third year in a row that Hyper has done one of these.
Yeah.
Last year's was amazing.
Hyper's too good for wrestling. She's just too good for it.
I don't think she understood me when we met her, or when I met her, and I was like, the whole reason why I'm here doing this meet and greet is so that I can meet you. Yeah. I don't think she understood.
Nope.
English wise, I think she knew that like let's take a picture or whatever. But like legit, and you know, I was super excited to meet Hyper Misao.
Yeah.
I love Hyper Misao.
I was too busy standing in a line for Miyu Watanabe, and that line's still
I
fucking
heard that
going.
line is still happening. There's a line still around the block in Philadelphia.
Wrapped around the whole city in Philly.
Yep.
Yeah, now you just have to step between the trash bags laying everywhere.
Yes, exactly. Hey, don't call GCW fans trash bags. It's not nice.
Wow. That was a shot.
I know. I like GCW. Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, when they have cool shit.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, this is
Yes.
I don't even know how to describe this.
So it is a play essentially. It is.
Yeah.
They act out, and there is pieces of wrestling intermingled, and it does sort of end in a wrestling match. But this, and I have it here, but let me try and run it down a little bit. So Hyper Misao is trying to write this year's Hyper Misao produce show.
Yeah.
She has taped herself to her office chair because she can't figure out the ending or whatever. And all the other wrestlers who have been asked to be a part of it, the Tokyo Joshi Pro roster, are waiting for her.
Just kind of sitting around the locker room,
Yes.
seeing what's going on.
Right. Goofing off, waiting for Hyper. And then Hyper Misao gets kidnapped by a mystery man. Mm-hmm. And the one wrestler, whose name I don't remember.
Was it Yuki Aino?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yuki Aino witnesses it, but they bonk heads.
They literally bonk.
They bonk heads.
They bump foreheads.
And it lays Yuki Aino out. The rest of the roster finds her, and she reveals to them that her and Hyper Misao have switched bodies.
It's so fucked up.
So Hyper Misao is Yuki Aino, and Hyper Misao's body has been kidnapped by a mystery figure, but that's Yuki Aino's soul and consciousness. And so Yuki Aino comes back and says, listen, Hyper's been kidnapped, but we have to put this show on. Or, no, well, it's Hyper.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're going to go do the show. We know that that's tough, but we have fans here. We can't go rescue that.
Yeah.
We have to do the show first. So they put on the show, which is in the future, takes place in the future, at a school for pro wrestlers. Because in like the year 2050 or whatever, it is revealed that people become pro wrestlers and are trained to be pro wrestlers because while pro wrestlers are entertainment and they're on television, their true calling, their true responsibility is stopping alien invasions of the planet Earth.
That's right.
And that wrestlers fight aliens who mind control people.
So fucking insane.
So the wrestling matches happen in this thing where people in the school get essentially possessed by the aliens, and you know this because they get the little alien antenna headbands on, and they dress in silver, and they have to fight them, and when they beat them, the aliens then leave their bodies and they're back to normal.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of that. And there's
Shoko Nakajima was really leading the charge.
Yeah, Shoko Nakajima, and you get there's a storyline with this badass kid in the school and a cat or something.
Yep.
And
it just sounds so fucking crazy.
Right, it's crazy. I didn't take notes. I was just okay, we're just watching this thing. So, yeah, the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling Academy, the enrollment rate has 90% graduates. It's the first day of class. Yuki Aino's running. It's Yuki Aino, who is in Hyper Misao's body, or Hyper Misao's in her body, is the lead of this because it was supposed to be Hyper Misao.
Yep.
And they're starting school for the first time, and they meet a couple other students. Blah blah blah. There's wrestling. I can't even explain it. I don't want to get into the plot about the rebel kid.
Yeah.
It's just you have to kind of watch the shit. But just so let it be known, there's matches that are put in between, but mostly it's Tokyo Joshi Pro wrestling people who are supposed to be possessed by aliens because they're defending Earth.
Yeah.
But then there's also a teacher that is trying to turn the one kid into a super fighter and feed him potions or her potions or whatever. But then the teacher decides that she wants to become a pro wrestler after seeing them fight the aliens, and it's back and forth and that whole thing. And that whole thing plays out, and the aliens are defeated.
So the aliens are vanquished.
The aliens are vanquished. And then the ending is revealed to us. So there's an intermission in the middle.
Which is great. It was so funny. So you started the show and you go, this is 2 hours long.
Yes.
Did you watch the whole thing? I said, I sure as fuck
because
did.
I was going to,
Yeah,
but I was like, I wasn't sure if you would.
Oh, I was strapped in.
But you watched it before I did.
I did,
so,
yeah.
And I'm so happy that you did because I
of course.
legitimately love these shows. But so the aliens are vanquished. The school is triumphant. Pro wrestling is treated like national heroes.
As it should be.
And then it's revealed by Yuki Aino that the body swap was a lie. That they weren't. I texted you. I can't believe they weren't actually body swapped.
Yeah.
So she wasn't body swapped with Hyper Misao.
No.
Hyper Misao couldn't figure out how to make a good show for the fans, so she ran away embarrassed.
Yeah.
And Yuki Aino, it then flashes to the same scene we saw earlier where Hyper Misao is tied to the chair. Then Hyper Misao, they had a mysterious shadowy figure like bonks her on the head with a ring bell or a bell hammer, and carries her away. We see that same setup again, but that's where you see that Hyper Misao freed herself from her own tape job on the chair and is trying to leave because she's embarrassed.
She's trying to run away.
That she can't finish this story when so many people are counting on her, and Tokyo Joshi Pro is counting on her.
Yeah.
Yuki Aino sees her trying to escape. They have a conversation. She can't convince Hyper Misao to stay. So when Hyper Misao runs away, she doesn't want to let everyone know that she's run away scared. So she pretends to be knocked out to be discovered by the roster. And Yuki Aino makes up the story that her and Hyper Misao swapped bodies and that she's actually Hyper Misao, and they have to put on the show and they'll finish the story together.
Yep.
And like, that isn't part of the storyline about the aliens. The aliens
like,
is the story within the story of the body swap that's not actually a body swap.
Like, the aliens is like the story that's written.
Yes.
And this is like, no, this is what's actually happening.
Right.
Sort of.
But then Hyper shows back up and she's upset, very visibly, for real, about not being able to complete the show and letting everyone down. But she's so happy that they put on this show that she, they want to support her and the roster was there for her. And, she has these friends and wrestling is so great. And like, Hyper Misao's so genuine to me. Like,
Hyper rules.
I don't want anybody to ever harm her.
No.
Oh, and the thing is she said last year she did her produce show and got injured. And then this year she was injured right before the produce show. So like, she's like talking about doubting herself, very real. Doubting herself as a wrestler, doubting herself being healthy, her ability to do this if she's any good.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what this whole thing is actually about, confidence and support and all of that.
Yep.
And it
tells an actual story.
And it's really fun. I really enjoyed it. And like,
and then her and Yuki have like a 15-minute draw.
Yeah, they have a little 15-minute match and it's really great. Yeah. And like, I really love these things. I love the last year's Hyper Misao thing. Like, it's so weird.
It's weird.
And it's not
weird, but it's a good
It's performance art. It's not a thing that could ever work on American television.
No, my God.
And you have to be a certain level of sicko to really dig in.
Yeah.
But like, we both really liked it and we followed along with a blog. Like, yeah. And it was 2 hours. It was
great to have that blog like to read along with.
Yeah. So we could post that if you just want to read about it. But like, and I know not everybody's going to have 2 hours to watch essentially Hyper Misao's fuck around playground. I'd
watch it weekly.
I really, really like it. I'm going to watch them every year. Like, I'm a legit big fan of Hyper.
Yeah.
I love Shoko Nakajima. Like, I like this roster a ton. And like, I just had a ton of fun with this. And I think, I think everybody should watch this. But I understand that it's not going to land for everybody.
And that's why it's like, I can't like actually recommend it. You know, like it's weird because if you're just like, oh, am I going to get straight up wrestling? Nope.
It's a 2-hour show that has maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, or 15 minutes for the last thing. And then there's 2 or 3 little, like, fighting off the aliens matches in between the storyline.
Like, it's hard to follow along with.
It is.
If you want to dig your feet in, though, go 10 toes down with it, you know?
They do a good job of, like, emotionally cluing you in on what's happening with everybody.
Sure.
And you don't necessarily need to know what they're saying, except for, like, the end where it's like we weren't really body swap, whatever.
Yeah.
Shocking, I know. But like the blog helped a ton, but I wasn't like, at least for me, I wasn't like, okay, here. I would just read it and go, okay, I know the gist of this scene.
Yeah. I'm
going to watch them play it out. And it's a stage play. You know, it's a little bit of wrestling. Like, I don't know, maybe Dwicky would really like it. Because he's a theater man.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, it's not sets. They're in a wrestling ring.
The like stage is a wrestling ring.
They just dress in silver. You know, like the aliens are literally just have the little like spring loaded antenna things. I keep doing the thing with my head like anybody's gonna fucking see that, and like Brett doesn't know what I'm talking about. But
it makes you feel better.
But yeah, like I really liked it, and it's just so like innocent and pure and sweet. And entertaining as fuck.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little like
it really is
escape from from traditional wrestling.
Right, and
know?
like we talk about Tokyo Joshi Pro, we talk about Stardom, we talk a little bit of like Marigold. But like Tokyo Joshi Pro is kind of sort of the sports entertaining quote unquote Joshi promotion in Japan. They're not that WWE level, but like Stardom, they're gonna rattle your teeth.
Yeah.
Tokyo Joshi Pro gives you song and dance and stuff like this and little skits even in the regular stuff. So like they have that element and this doesn't seem out of place.
Yeah.
It's just it's a lot if you're not a particular type of weirdo.
Yeah.
So
we just happen to be fucking weirdos.
We just happen to be weirdos.
Really like this shit.
I genuinely love this shit.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot of fun.
You know, it fits for whatever reason. They click with me and it held my attention much better than some wrestling that I watched recently. So,
well, you know what else fits?
Oh,
a question from Ed. That fits in perfectly.
It sure does. All right.
이제 이번 주에 에드 코드 질문입니다.
All right, so Ed says, hey there, pals.
Hi, Ed.
Two-part question here for your fine program. Number one, why am I the only one watching Arisu Endo matches? Every week I'll watch one and think, oh, I can't wait for the We Need Wrestling crew to cover this, and it never happens. Is there something you hate about Arisa Endo or Daisy Monkey? Something they can improve upon to maybe garner some attention from North America's #1 source for international wrestling news and reviews?
Ed, I want you to know that I'm taking that and making it in our bio on everything.
Thank you, Ed.
And I'm tagging you
quoting,
in it. I'm quoting you specifically.
That.
So there's that.
Yeah. No, I don't fucking know. There's just here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't watch if there's somebody I like, I don't watch their match just for the sake of watching it. Like I like Arisu Endo.
Yeah.
I like Daisy Monkey.
Yeah, right.
I like Suzume. Like I don't watch all their stuff though. I can't do it.
We watch a lot of wrestling.
We do.
We watch a lot of wrestling we don't talk about on the show.
Which is also true. Yeah.
You and I are very obsessed with the New Gen channel, and I watch WCW Live.
It just makes me so happy, that New Gen channel.
The Bret Hart comp that's out, and the first Great American Bash. Beautiful. Like, I can't wait to watch that stuff. Yeah. And, you want to hear us talk about it, we gladly will, but that's one, it's like, it's nice to just have something I can put on and enjoy and not have to think about or take notes on or anything. But we cover a lot of wrestling, and I like them a ton, but we also don't want to just come on here and be like, this was a good match. Like we want
there's also that too.
And I know that,
I like stuff that's like either really good or really bad.
Yeah. And I'll watch Taguchi every time.
Yeah.
Singles matches because it's a dude, I like his shtick, whatever. But and I like Daisy Monkey and I like Arisu Endo a ton, Ed. You wouldn't even know the fuck they were if it weren't for us. But anyway.
Yeah, Ed.
But it's not that we don't watch, and sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But it's not as fulfilling as a person talking, or as a listener for us to just be like, Daisy Monkey had a match, it was cool. It's a lot of times it's we don't that's not fun for us to just gloss over. So she's awesome. Should you, if you're interested in Joshi wrestling, should you seek out Daisy Monkey matches and watch?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
They rule.
Arisu Endo and Suzume rule. Watch their matches. Us not covering it isn't some sort of knock against them or whatever. It's just like we're highlighting what we think every week is like the top tier stuff of that week, or
the bottom
or
tier.
the bottom tier. And like sometimes they're top tier. They've had a lot of really great stuff.
We've talked about them a bunch, Ed.
We have, Ed. But Tokyo Joshi Pro has some things going on, and Stardom, and like it just
And also
doesn't-
Tokyo Joshi Pro, like their schedules aren't always active.
Right.
I mean, there's times we go fucking weeks without watching
Yes.
stuff from there. You know?
So like Ed, we're friends. If you want to shoot us a message and be like, "Did you guys watch this?"
I mean, to be fair, he did,
he did.
and we didn't watch
We
it.
didn't watch it. All right, so I guess that doesn't work.
Yeah, you know.
But you can talk to us about it
yeah.
via text if you want.
Here's the thing. I don't need to. Everything that I watch doesn't need to be talked about, recorded into a microphone.
Right.
I like talking to my friends
Yes.
about things that
Because
I like that don't need to be recorded.
right, we watch a lot of other wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a market for it, but I don't necessarily need to come on here and talk about watching Mabel, Mo, and Doink team up like I did the other night.
Me personally, I'd be interested in that.
Right.
But
That's not what this show is.
yeah.
I did. Maybe I shot a message to people this week saying when everybody wanted to quit their respective shows and start covering an older wrestling show, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And I'm not even being not a bit like I'm here for it.
Yeah, same.
But
Very here for
right.
it. Yeah.
Ed, like just the matter of the fact is, Arisa Endo is really good, but Zack Sabre Jr. has better matches.
Yeah, Ed. Sorry, pal.
Ed.
Ed's second part.
Yes.
What kind of dancing do you think Dave Meltzer's doing? Merengue. He's 100%. Dude, are you kidding me? Davey Merengue Meltzer? 1,000%.
I actually looked it up. Merengue is his actual birth-given middle name.
Absolutely.
My answer was going to be whatever kind of dancing is in the Cherry Pop and Daddy's Zoot Suit Riot.
Oh,
video.
you mean good dancing?
Yes.
You kidding me?
He wears the suit. Yeah.
Oh, back a bottle of beer.
Exactly.
Zoot
It's just
Suit
swing
Riot.
dancing, I guess. I have friends that do swing dance and stuff, and it's really cool and really good. And when years and years ago, when Michelle and I got married, they were at the wedding and they did a bunch of their dance and stuff like what everybody else was dancing. And I was like, well, they're really good. That sucks for the rest of us.
Brother, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it wasn't like, hey, everybody watch me do this, but like when everybody was dancing,
They were doing swing dancing?
They do like that kind of that like similar kind of not that. I wish you just saw that. Fuck, Jesus Christ! If there was ever a moment for this show to be a video show,
That was
and
it.
it is not set up, that was the moment.
That's how they do it. Right?
That is how they do it, but they're very talented at it. And I actually am like a guy who's like jealous of dancers. Like I think it's an incredibly cool skill.
Bro, you could dance.
No.
You ever crump?
No,
You can't crump. You'd throw that back out so
that
fast.
back would
Yeah.
go. I can dance when I'm drunk. I'm apparently a good dancer when I'm loaded.
Oh, all right.
At my sister-in-law's wedding almost 18 years ago, I got really loaded and apparently did the entire Thriller dance for everybody. But I couldn't.
Kevin was a good thrower.
But I couldn't do that now. I could not do the moves now. But I could do some of them sober. But I apparently did the entire thing loaded.
Just get drunk more. That's what you need to do.
That's what I need to do. I think at 40 years old, it's about time I start tying them on again.
Really up the intake.
Yeah, I took about 20 years off. I think it's about
up
time
it a little bit, bro.
that I start becoming a sloppy disaster again.
I think
Next week, I'm going to drink
Again?
a bottle of Yakberry Brandy live on the show.
yeah, okay. This show will never make air then.
It'll never be edited.
Yeah. Oh my god.
3 days late for me to recover.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
I'll do it. Don't tempt me.
Well, Ed, thank you so much.
Thanks, bud.
We love you. You're the best.
Yeah, and listen to Sentai Sleaze Ranger that dropped on Tuesday. It's
Yeah.
a fun episode, and it's a lot of fun to do.
I agree.
And Brett got bullied into buying a new computer to do it, so.
Listen, I was in the market anyway.
I know you weren't bullied.
4th of July sale. Saved like $250.
Brother,
I bought a new computer. Made me feel
I
good.
don't want to. Just as a teaser for that show, when Ed drops that on you and you almost spit your drink out and
Oh
your
my
microphone
god,
goes
dude!
dead,
Oh,
it is an amazing
Yeah.
podcasting moment.
yeah. That
I have the
fucked me up
video
with
of that, which it's almost worth clipping to put in the private
Jesus, dude.
channel.
Oh my god! You might have. To
I might have to do that. It is an incredible moment.
I want to see that.
Yeah,
actually.
it was
hilarious.
a great moment. Like it rivaled the Royal Rumbler breaking when Michelle breaks with the finish when
Rumble 94.
When Rumble 94
Yeah.
when Michelle breaks the old soundboard. A very similar moment, but less damaging.
That was
Really, really hilarious. Really fun episode.
that was insane.
It is. It's once a month, and it's an hour or less.
It's a fever dream.
It is.
All right. Let's go
Yes.
to DDT.
Okay.
I watched 2 matches from the show. You said you watched 3. This DDT King of Kings Arashi's June Showdown.
Yes.
Did you watch anything before the tag title match?
I did.
Okay, what'd you watch?
I'm surprised you couldn't guess, Brett. I watched Hirata and Denshoku Dino versus MXM.
You know what? I was going to, but I was also
I'm so glad you didn't, Brett.
Why?
Because I get to describe it to you now.
Oh boy.
So,
Oh boy.
everyone knows Denshoku Dino from Pheromones. Hirata being the guy who we watched wrestle Yoshihiko, does the Milano stuff, really talented wrestler, versus MXM Collection, Mansoor and Mason Madden. Mason Madden should leave AEW,
Go to DDT.
just go to Japan permanently. That dude is a giant. He's big in AEW.
Oh, he's a big motherfucker.
Like, in Japan, he just looks crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So, Mansoor gets in the ring with Denshoku Dino and tries to become friends with them and puts out the MXM Collection patented tip. Says, let's touch tips. And he puts the tip out. And Dino looks at him. And this is also a camera moment for this show, but this is for you. I'm going to do it to my own hand.
Oh boy. You're going to put your finger in your mouth, aren't you?
He grabs, so the finger is out, and Dino grabs the finger, starts fake jerking it off,
Oh, okay.
and then puts it in his mouth. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, he just blew his finger.
Yeah.
He filleted Mansoor's finger.
Did you show Michelle this match?
No, but she would love it because
Yeah.
she liked pheromones.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. So then, so they do the spot. They put Mason up in the corner with his butt sticking out. And Mansoor grabs Hirata and runs him into his butt.
Of course.
Of course. And then
Oh boy.
they're selling, and like Mansoor is celebrating. And Dino stands up and tries to run himself into Mason Madden's butt because he's still in the corner. Of
course.
Because he wants it.
Yeah.
And they have to stop him. Because they lift the Mansoor or Mason Madden's tights up to like make a thong. And Dino just tries to get in there as hard as he can. And then Mansoor gets like thrown into it because Hirata reverses on the second butt spot. And then Hirata knife edge chops into Mason Madden's butt, like knife into the butt crack
Oh, okay.
instead of a chop. And I was like, oh my God, just craziness. They do, the one thing I don't like in this match is Dino or Hirata, I think it's Dino, comes out with a dog. And don't give me that look. And there's a point in the match where I think it was Mansoor like brings the dog in the ring and like stay, and then goes to climb the top rope like he's gonna splash the dog. And the dog's just panicked. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like it when Cody did it with Pharaoh. I just like it's cute to have the dog out, and it'd be cute if they did a little thing. They do a thing where they take the collar is around the dog, and then but the handle of the collar is real wide, and they put that around Mason Madden's neck.
That's fine.
And then they call the dog to the other side of the ring, so the dog runs to the other side of the ring, and then Mason acts like the leash is going real tight on him, even though it's like a little tiny dog. That's cute. But like the dog was clearly it was a little too much. And I was like, then they don't hurt the dog. They don't do anything to the dog.
Sure,
They don't,
just
they're
don't
not
like-
inappropriate with the dog in any way.
Just don't upset a dog.
Yeah, I just was like, I don't really like this kind of stuff,
Yeah,
but whatever.
not a fan of that.
But then at the end, Dino, and I don't remember. I think MXM wins. I don't even remember. But Denshoku Dino, Mansoor's laid out. He throws Mason over the top of him, but like bent over with his ass in the air. And Dino straight up thrusts into him. Like just gets behind him and just straight up like just full on inappropriate. I am being a top to this man's bottom.
Oh boy.
Except for the dog stuff, I really liked it. It was a ton of fun. MXM then went on to be in GLEAT a couple days after.
Oh boy.
And I sent the clip to Ed, and it was like Nakajima's just sitting there hating this shit.
I'm sure he did.
But I was super excited. We talked about it a few weeks ago. I was excited when they announced that MXM was going to DDT. They fucking delivered. But like, and I love the gimmick. I like what they're doing. I think they're talented guys. But for real, if Mason Madden ever wanted to like change his gimmick and just be a fucking killer, the dude can print money in Japan.
Yeah.
I mean that.
He could print money being the comedy stuff too, though.
He absolutely
You know?
could. But he is so big compared to these guys.
Yeah.
Like, he's remarkably fucking huge.
Well, that was the problem when he was a commentator on Raw and he stood up and towered over Brock Lesnar.
He did do commentary. Yeah.
Yep. They said that was like one of the problems. They were like, nope, can't have that happen again.
I think I really like Mansoor is good. Mansoor, it's funny because Mansoor was like a Saudi Prince favor hire, right?
Yeah, well, that was part of it because he was undefeated forever because he would always win in Saudi.
Right.
So,
but like I like
only
him.
use him once a year.
Yeah. But Mason Moore 6'6".
Yeah, he's a legit 6'6".
Yeah, like he fucking looks it, man.
He used to be in the NFL, or he was on a practice squad at least. I know that.
There's his picture when you Google him shows him getting helped off the field in college. So
that's sad.
He's apparently billed as 6'8".
He's a big dude.
He played for North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Yep.
His father's Brent Williams, professional football player, defensive end for 11 seasons in the NFL.
Yeah.
He was, I guess...
That's funny because Max Caster's dad played in the NFL too.
Yeah.
Rich Caster.
And Mason were trained by Booker T, it says. But he, offensive tackle, and then he played a year for the Texans in 2003. Mm-hmm. And then the Jags, that's funny.
2003?
Or 13,
I
sorry.
was say, whoa.
2013. And then 2015, he was off-season or practice squad for the Jags and the Patriots.
Yeah.
He was...
Watch them knees, brother.
He was a third-round draft
Yeah.
pick because of his size, but I guess probably just got all hurt. So,
Yeah.
But I like that dude. I think he's... I legitimately like him as a wrestler. So, and
Oh,
this
yeah,
was
man.
a lot of fun.
This is a lot of fun. Awesome. I
Yeah.
agree.
All right, next match.
Yeah, so this is for the KOD tag titles.
I watched this.
I'm surprised you did.
I know.
This is the team of the Apex, which is Yuki Ino and Yuki Onaya, which still his gear fucking drives me nuts.
Terrible.
Looks like a fucking washboard.
And this is a former Pheromones member who's now a real tough, street tough now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just has such a non-tough look.
Yes.
Going up against the Astronauts.
Yes.
We officially have new tag champs, which I was kind of surprised by.
Yeah. I didn't predict that at all. I couldn't figure that one out. Yeah.
Yeah, so Yuki Ino and Yuki Onaya win. It's just very much like a big guy versus small guy, power versus speed, David versus Goliath, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I thought it was fun though, man. I thought it was a good match. I like the Astronauts. I like Fuminori Abe a lot.
I like
because they lay their fucking shit in.
He has a really good name.
Is
Fuminori Abe is a good name to say. Yeah.
He lays it the fuck in.
He does, yeah.
Like his forearms and kicks are brutal.
Yeah, I think this was a solid match.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm still in the same place. Like, astronauts are talented cats. I like the plainness almost of them, where they're very much like black tights. We're gonna beat you up, kind of thing. We're smaller guys, but like they don't light my world on fire. Neither of these teams do.
And they had that match against Violence Forever last year, which I fucking loved.
But
good for Yuki Ino though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, tag gold here. But yeah, Yuki Onaya, I just don't like that guy.
Yeah.
I really don't. But really the fucking reason why I was excited to watch this show. For the KOD Openweight Championship, the challenger Kazuzuda Higuchi versus the champion Chris Brooks.
Yes.
DJ, you okay?
Yeah, why?
Chris Brooks?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Number one, day one, shoulder guy.
Day one. Love him forever. It's Higuchi.
Takes the loss here.
Yeah.
Higuchi rightfully reclaims the KOD Openweight Championship. I wanted more out of this, though.
Yeah.
I felt like they could have hit another gear, and they didn't. I didn't like that Brooks tries to go, like, match power with him a little bit. I go, okay, you're tall. I get it, but, like, you ain't matching power with Higuchi.
Right. Well, and once Higuchi's hair gets messed up, you're done.
You unleash a demon.
Messed hair Higuchi is a monster.
He's
unbeatable.
demon.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for Higuchi. I love this dude.
Me too.
He is so fucking good. And Chris Brooks had a nice run with this belt.
Yeah, for sure.
Well deserved. But Higuchi is the man.
Yeah. And Brooks stood. He stood. He banged harder than I thought he could. And I mean that in every way of the word. Meaning of the word.
Yeah. I just don't want him to try to match power though.
No,
like,
not with Higuchi.
Which honestly though, like I guess part of it is you can like if you do run it back, he just like tried to match power with you last time and that didn't work. Now I got to switch it up, you know. Yeah. But Higuchi fucking rules, man. And Brooks puts the belt on him at the end. Yeah. And Higuchi's back where he belongs.
It feels right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good match though. But again, I wanted a little bit more out of it.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
All right, last show that we watched, the super duper secret, never gonna make tape or availability. Oh wait a minute! 24 hours later, it was available.
Yeah.
This is the New Japan Pro Wrestling Tanahashi Jam. So I watched 2 matches. You only watched 1.
Yep.
This was the co-main event for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. The challenger, Zack Sabre Jr., the champion, Hiroki Goto. So, this was one where like you see it on paper and you go, it's a fucking nothing show. It's not airing it's just a Japan TV exclusive. Yeah. You can't watch it any other way. You have to just wait for it to come out eventually. There's nothing going to happen on this show.
Right.
Well, DJ.
Weird TV special, yeah.
Something happened on this show.
It did.
Zack Sabre Jr. beats Hiroki Goto for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Yeah. I, for one, was shocked because we all saw the spoilers before we saw the match.
Right. Which I think affected it for me. It really did.
So it didn't affect it for me. I thought the match is fucking awesome.
The match is really good.
I thought these two have incredible chemistry. Yeah. I was like, Zach controlled most of the match, which I didn't think was going to happen. He actually looked like, I don't want to say dangerous, but he looked like, oh fuck, this guy's going to hurt you. Yeah. You know, he's not playing up to the crowd at all. He's just like, no, I'm here to win my belt back. And that's exactly what I'm going to fucking do. I love the arm work. It was top notch.
It is. You're absolutely right. They have amazing chemistry.
Yeah, they're saying, oh, Goto hurt his elbow.
So I want to ask you about this.
I don't think he did.
So here's what I was going to ask: Did Sabre work the elbow as much as he did in this match? Because he works it really hard.
Oh, yeah. That's what I said. The arm work in this is crazy.
He work that elbow because they knew that Goto's elbow was bothering him and they needed a storyline out for the title? You know what I mean? Because
it's tough.
If it's an injury that's going to shelve him when we know he's missing the July 4th show, who knows? It seems like he's going to be missing a little bit more, but who knows? But to me, I go, oh, he's just going to rest up for the G1. Right.
That's it.
But did they know that the elbow injury was legit and they needed it's not major, but they needed an out, so they have Sabre really mess that up? Or is there not an elbow injury at all, but they wanted a storyline that gets the title off of Goto?
It's tough because watching the match,
third option was he hurt in this match? And I don't think that's true.
I don't think it was because he's I just think he's doing great selling. He's throwing with his left arm instead. But towards the end of the match, he's still getting his right arm work. If he was legit hurt, he ain't gonna touch that fucking arm. Yeah. It's weird. So from what I've read and what's been reported, this was the last wrestling show in this building. I guess the building's going to be closing.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, please somebody correct me. I have no problem saying
Sure.
I'm wrong. And they wanted it to be something special to happen. And like it's like the Tanahashi show, and it's exclusive for Japan until it made 24 hours later. And they wanted something like big to happen.
Yeah.
It just feels weird because of how cooled off Zack Sabre Jr. is in New Japan now, and like how it just feels very random. And like we were kind of texting about this week, like it just feels off.
When it was announced, it was like, oh, this is a house show.
Yeah,
they're doing a house show, and
I was like, oh, Zack didn't really do anything.
Right.
Yeah,
and so
get a title shot.
It's a good house show match.
Yeah,
it's now the rubber match between all of them now for this title.
Yeah, and like, listen, dude, the match is very fucking good. Like,
the match is very good,
kind of great.
Like the oddness surrounding the will we see the show, won't we see the show, them switching the title on what is essentially a house show, not in the main event, a few weeks before the G1, like all of that, like when
to a guy that at this point last year you're fucking begging them to put the title on him,
yeah,
and then like you took it off him a couple months after that, and it just didn't.
Like,
it just felt weird.
Did you decide you didn't want him with the title in the G1? And if that's the case, what do where are you going with it? Like, what's
it really changes like my thoughts on the G1. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't know what they're gonna do with Goto because at this point you're going, oh, he's the champ. He's gonna have a real nice run. Now you go, like you said, do you make that a story with the elbow?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It really threw it off.
It's like he's not going to win the G1 again. Like, how do you do that? Like, it's really odd.
Yeah, but again, please do not.
No,
this takes nothing away from the match.
The match is very good.
I thought it's fucking.
It
great.
just like I couldn't get like again the match is really good. It doesn't ruin the match in a way that I was like, oh, this match stinks. It was just like I'm still so left with a why and where is this going? That like I wasn't able to celebrate the match properly. Also because we knew like if I didn't know the results, like I would be like, holy shit. But because I know the results and because even they were like, you'll never see this. This was for TV, television only. I'm like, why? What sense like what's the decision making? What's the driving factor in doing this big of a change here with a guy who the crowd's like, listen, they like Sabre. But like Goto is in a renaissance. Like the crowds go fucking crazy for him.
Yeah. Did they think like there's nothing left for Goto to do?
Yeah, right.
Was that their thought?
But is there that much left for Sabre to do? Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe. I don't know. But like Sabre just hasn't really been featured a ton lately. And
right. It's weird.
Yeah. It just felt very like hot shot, even to the point where I'm like, did they call an audible in the middle of the match? Like, and if they did, fine. Which is, it's a good. I was texting Marcus and Tim about this, and Marcus was like, do you need to call audibles more often?
Yeah.
But like, it's just very weird. I don't know. It's just something. It's just not fully clicked. Again, match is great. I think Zack looked fucking awesome here.
Yeah.
Goto sold his fucking ass off, but like. Yeah, something's, I don't know. Just feels weird about it. I did watch the main event. You did not.
Nope.
It was Hiroshi Tanahashi teaming up with Noichi Marufuji, going up against Kaito Kiyomiya and Rohei Oiwa.
I love that lineup, but like...
Dude, the team ups, it was great. Tana didn't do a ton.
Tana bums me out, so I just couldn't do it.
I like that Tana started the match against Kiyomiya.
Okay.
And then when Kiyomiya tagged in Oiwa was like, Marufuji, get your ass in here. It was a fun team up. Matches, it's a lot of fun. It's nothing. It's like feels like a house show main event. Marufuji still looks great.
Yeah,
that dude hasn't lost a step.
Last student of Giant Baba.
Yeah, dude. The finish was real cool too. So Tana hits the high fly flow at the same time that Marufuji's hitting the slice bread.
Oh, okay.
It just looks so fucking cool.
Tanahashi hits the high fly flow from the top to the outside through a table.
We saw that
on
live
fire.
once.
Yeah,
not the fire
not
part.
the fire part.
But yeah, like it was fun. Again, the finish, like it's just such a cool visual seeing him hit the high fly flow while the sliced bread's happening. I was
That's
like,
cool.
fuck, that was real sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fun though.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of the main event too.
Right.
So
Good.
that's all that the wrestling that we watched though.
Yeah,
so
sure was.
what were your favorite matches, pal?
I mean,
You could say the whole Hyper Masao show. if you want.
I really like the Hyper Michelle show, but I can't say the wrestling involved is not the best wrestling of the week. It's fine, but it is a ton of fun. The best,
Or your favorites? Your favorites.
yeah, my favorites, right?
I always say best, but not your.
Yeah, the favorites. I know it's like a favorite / must watch kind of thing. I'm gonna be the weird pervert that I am, and I'm gonna say that everyone should go out of their way to watch Denshiko Dino and Suzuki Hirata versus the MXM Collection from DDT, and on American television this week. We only watch one show, so it's always just gonna be an AEW match. But oh man, there's a lot of good. This was a good fucking time.
Yeah, man, it was a really good in ring show.
The main event is really good and is surprising, but I'm going to say the best match on the show was MJF versus AR Fox versus Bowens versus Brody King.
All right, cool.
How about you, pal?
I am going to go with Okada versus Ibushi,
Great match.
just because it really surprised me by how good it was and it made me feel good about it. And then I'm going to go with Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hiroki Goto.
Yes.
Because, again, it was a different type of Zack match that I've seen out of him in a long time. And Goto is just a selling god in this. So I am going with those two.
Okay. Good picks.
That's where I'm at.
Good picks. All right. It's the end of the show. Before we hit plugs, before we do buy anything.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, do we do?
I got a question for Jess. From Jess.
From Jess, even. From Jess.
From
as
Jess.
well.
From friend of the show, Jess. That also reminded me that we have a responsibility to do to you fans. So we'll do that next week. But, question for the show. I remembered. Hello, Brett and DJ. It's July, and the year's halfway over. Which means it's time to revisit my prediction and people to watch out for in 2025. So let's start with my people to watch out for. First, Starlight Kid. At time of writing, is Wonder of Stardom and Artist of Stardom champion with Izumi and Miyu Amasaki. Anyone that watches Stardom does not need me to recommend her. She had a good match with Izumi at All-Star Grand Queendom, but it was overshadowed by the Kamatani versus Nakano career versus career main.
I would agree with that.
Okay. Number 2. Zelhua?
CMLL.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's consistently in the mid-card of the Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday CMLL shows and the occasional Friday CMLL opener. He had a nice showing in the 10-man Cibernetico from the Action Dean 2 show. May have called my shot too early, but if the AEW Ring of Honor and CMLL relationship continues, as it has lately, we could be seeing him in Ring of Honor in some trios matches.
Okay.
Number 3. El Hijo to Dr. Ragnar Jr. My sweet boy. I don't want to talk about him right now. It makes me sad.
Jess. Yeah.
That's
If you couldn't tell by my sigh.
That's he's an NXT human being right now, right?
No. He's
No?
still AAA, but he did appear in NXT in the crowd.
Okay. Oh, just in the crowd? Okay. Well,
Sick.
that's a shame.
Makes me fucking sick.
That man was holding Noah together.
He's the
And
man.
so,
Stay away from Galeno Del Mal.
right. Okay. My bold prediction. This is...
Fucking Hunter, you fucking demon.
So this was...
Congratulations, Julia. You won the women's U.S. title. I love you to death. But fuck off, Hunter.
My bold prediction, this was Jess's bold prediction, that Vince McMahon will be Luigi'd before the Janelle Grant lawsuit is closed. Person will be a friend of Phil / a Diva Stan. The Janelle Grant lawsuit is a long way from being closed, and some friends of Phil have been doubling down hard, so who knows? So that's just not a question,
A prediction.
but sort of a catch up on her predictions from
Yeah.
the beginning of the year, sort of meeting where we're at now. Yeah. So
I don't think that'll happen.
no, I think there's a good chance that Vince's body gives out at some point, but
Brother, I don't even know if that'll
Maybe
happen.
not.
'Cause that guy just...
he is the genetic champion.
Yeah, he just doesn't go down.
So, and then Jess said to me afterwards, damn, now I got to go through everything I watched this year and get my current top 5 ranking. And I said, I forgot it was this close to halfway. I'm going to pitch it to Brett to do our halfway rankings next week.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So next week, we'll discuss a couple topics.
What do you want to do? Wrestler, matches, and that's it?
Let me see. Do I still have a halfway? I don't know that I do.
I have the end of year stuff. I don't have the halfway stuff.
Yeah.
Though.
I'm trying to think. Okay. So I have my 2024. I have a back half of 2024 stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we did this is halfway. Sorry, this isn't back half. Halfway through 2024. We did top 3 matches last year.
Okay.
Top 3 men's wrestlers, top 3 lady wrestlers.
Okay.
Top 3 shows. And a top 3 who to watch in the next 6 months.
Okay.
And the end of the year, we do 5. But at the end of the year, we also combine the wrestlers into a non-gender specific list of 5.
Okay.
So, matches, wrestlers, event, who to look out for in the back half of the year.
All right. I'm going to make a note in my phone. So,
I can send that to you also. So,
okay. Yeah, that works for me.
All right.
And how many matches? 3?
3. We're going to do 3 of everything. Okay. Every one of those lists is 3.
Matches, wrestlers.
Both male and female top 3s. Show, event.
And 3 to watch.
And 3 to watch.
All right, perfect.
We'll do that for next week. Thank you, Jess, for the reminder. But we've been doing this on the show for a bunch of years.
We have I'll tell you what, man. Fucking when I looked and saw it was July.
Yeah,
already,
it's crazy,
it
right?
snuck up on me.
Definitely crazy. Yeah. So,
all right,
thank you, Jess.
Perfect.
Jess,
you're
big
the best.
shout
Thank
out.
You so much.
Glad to hear from you. That's it.
Yeah, did you buy anything?
I bought a bunch of comic books.
You did.
And did I buy anything wrestling related? No.
Okay.
No.
I did buy something wrestling related.
Oh.
Because I figure I'm never going to see this in stores. Number 1, I don't go out as much.
Okay.
And number 2, it's just never going to hit our area.
Mm-hmm.
So from somebody in the major group, I did buy the WWE Superstars Great Muta.
Oh, nice.
With the red pants and the white face paint.
Oh, the superstars.
Yeah, not the elites.
You don't think we're gonna see those?
No,
because we do get like the Rex always have superstars. It's always just the same one.
I just don't think we'll see them.
Okay,
I
think that's smart.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Pull the trigger.
Well, you have 35 shipped on
Yep.
you.
I was like, yeah, I just want it.
That's smart.
So I was like, fuck it. It's mine now.
Nice. Good.
It is one of those two where I'm like,
when you first said that, I thought it was the old man Muda, and I would like the
no.
And I was like, oh my, the masked one. I was like, we're gonna see that one.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
one we'll see. But like, I was like, and I'm still like, I'm on the lookout if I see the Monday Night Wars ones, because there's no guarantee we see those either.
I saw the shipper, and there was LA Knights galore, and whoever else was in that set.
I'm still on the lookout for both of those.
Did the kids want the Dom from that set?
No, they already have it. It's a greatest hits. Dom already has it.
He's got like the bandana.
Yeah, he's already got it.
They've issued a greatest hits Dom Mysterio already.
Oh, yeah, dude. They issue greatest hits everybody.
That's fucking crazy. Okay.
They are, the new Elite is dropping though with the mustache, and I'm gonna have to buy that for him. So, but yeah, that was that's all I bought this week.
Okay,
wrestling related wise. So.
I've continued. So when I was where were we? Oh, Michelle and I went. It's my idea, and I surprised her with it, and it was a lot of fun. We went to a lavender farm to cut our own lavender last weekend, and it was a ton of fun. And we ate lavender ice cream, and it was really nice. There's Paradise Farms. But that's where I was going when we drove past the hungover breakfast Perkins. There was a Walmart out there, and I was like, I'm going in this Walmart, and it's like the Pocono, so it's a big touristy area.
Sure.
And their shelves were loaded. Like this Walmart's only a half hour from the house. Their shelves were loaded.
Yeah.
They had every AEW figure from this new line on the racks.
Except for Willow.
Except for a single goddamn Willow.
Hurts my heart.
there was not a regular or Chase Willow, but I've seen and held everybody else from the line. Even Michelle briefly held the Christian one for a second.
Well, she just wanted to get her hands on Christian. Let's
Right.
be honest. Yeah.
But I have not seen like a single. It's crazy, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's upsetting. I want Muda.
Yes.
Give me Muda. I
Yeah.
want Muda. I get so mad when I see everybody with these fucking shippers.
I know.
And he's just hanging out.
Well, and you have them pre-ordered, right? But it's a
It's
a Walmart,
so
who
who
knows?
fucking knows?
Oh boy.
Yep, that may never
Yep.
happen, but
Yep.
we'll see.
Well. All right.
That's all I had, pal.
Oh, hold on. I wanted to show you something really quick. So 2 things. This ends tomorrow, and I thought about picking this up.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's
Original backstage passes for Great American Bash
Yeah, that's
85, all that kind of stuff. Starcade, Chi-Town Heat, stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
And there's one more thing. Oh no, did it end? Hold on. This is a weird thing, but I wanted to see if you thought it was like, I think it's kind of cool, but I don't know that it's worth I don't know. It's a cool thing, but it's like, oh, it ended. Maybe I don't have to worry about it. Oh, yeah, it ended. I missed it. All right. Oh, well.
Show me it anyway. What we got here?
This guy, I guess they got him at an auction. I looked the guy up, and he was legit ringside. Now that it's sold, I'm like, I should have bought it. He was a legitimate ringside photographer. Just scan through those pictures.
Oh, holy fucking Terry. Dude, that one with Terry and Carino fires me up.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Dusty sucks eggs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you should have bought this.
This was a legit ringside photographer that, I don't know how this stuff got in somebody else's hands, probably some sort of estate sale or something.
I should have bought this.
I know.
Fuck. That's
But I was like, what do I do with them? Like, it's, weird.
Frame them, worship
but they
them?
were published in, in magazines and everything. So, but like,
Damn, that's sick. Yeah, dude.
Dusty?
Yeah.
right there.
Fuck. Yep.
So the guy also had this one. This one went for more money. Same dude selling it, same photographer.
Damn.
Yeah. And there's been a lot of those lately. Guys selling a lot of original photos, and they said they're stamped on the back. They can't be reproduced or copyrighted.
Damn, we young
you can't sell prints, all that kind of
These
stuff.
are very cool.
Yeah.
RVD.
I was just like, should I get it? What do I do with it? It just sits there, it's just photographs. I can't get them. Everybody in them is dead.
I would
so
say
I can't
most
get,
of these guys are dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that Harley picture
Right.
fucking rocks.
Doesn't it? But I'm like, so I can't get autographs.
Oh, we're gonna do the last one with fucking Muda with the mist.
I know.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, but it is what it is.
Hell yeah.
But that's it.
It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
That's true. I didn't buy them, so I can't now.
Can't now. No turning back now.
All right. There ain't no easy way out, Brett. No shortcut home.
Fact.
All right, everybody. We got a couple weeks coming up just to prep before we get out of here. To plug this really quick. Real Rumble is coming up.
Yes, Real Rumble's on the 20th of July.
Yeah, 20th, because 19th is Power Pro.
19th Power Pro Lucha.
I don't remember who's on Power Pro Lucha, but I know that Gummy Boar is booked on Real Rumble.
Yeah, I think they're on Power Pro as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just don't know for sure. I don't have that in my brain.
I think we're getting a double shot weekend, baby.
Nice. But they're doing some Jeff Cannonball stuff at Real Rumble. They're showing a movie he was in. I don't know if we can say that. Whatever. They said it, I guess.
They said it. Yeah.
So get out there. I think Tony Deppin's on that show. A lot of that. So get out, see that. That's going to be fun. Support Cannonball. Buy his t-shirts, buy his pins. Support that dude. Look online. They're out there. I know Tara, they're having a bad day today or yesterday. I read her on social media. Not doing great. I don't know if you saw.
No, I didn't.
I'll tell you when we're done. But support them. They fucking need it. Jeff's a really good guy. So check all that out. We'll be there so you can see us.
Fuck yeah, we will.
That being said, you can find us online at WeNeedWrestling.com. You can email the show at WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com if you need pointed in any direction for tickets to Real Rumble, any of that stuff, how to get there, questions for the show, concerns for the show, reviews, whatever. We'll address it all. We can address it on the show if you want. We can't. Or if you don't want us to, we won't. But WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com. At WeNeedWrestling on social media. Twitter, Bluesky, Instagram, Facebook. I think Threads maybe.
People use Threads still?
No, it's just there. I think when you have an Instagram account, I think you get an automatic Threads account.
Okay.
So we're there for all that kind of stuff. That's where you can find, the Sleaze Ranger comes out in our We Need Wrestling feed.
Sure does.
So check all that out. I might have to, if people keep praising it, I might have to actually break it out into its own thing, but we'll see what happens.
Has it outgrown the channel already?
We are a proud member of the soon-to-be-named network at STBN Network on social media. Soon-to-be-named network.tumblr.com for this show, for Final Wrestling Place with Tim and Marcus, for At Odds with Wrestling with Joe and Adam, for Longbox Heroes and Longbox Heroes After Dark with Joe and Todd. Sign up for their Patreons. They're all out there.
Yes.
Hustling for your money. Give it to them. And also Profane Argument, I've been scolded and told that they are still around.
Oh, well, good for them. Fighting the good fight.
So they're around. They're also a part of the soon-to-be-named network. But give a listen to all those shows. If you got money, give it to those fine people. And I think that's it. We'll be back next week with our halfway through and the last chance preview for all y'all in Texas.
Can't wait.
And
whatever the fuck else happens.
Who knows?
There's a New Japan show on today, tomorrow, sort of. So we'll see what happens.
Is Chase Owens going to get in the G1?
I don't give a fuck about Chase Owens.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!